deliver. Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. So, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 victory for the Nigerian Super Eagles versus Rwanda. How is your heart? How is your heart still functioning? Your heart still functioning? The blood still flowing all right? So, overall, like I said, going into the game, happy. Would be happy with a 1-0 victory, half a nil victory, whichever way the victory was to come. The fact was, get your goal. Get your goal. So, Rwanda, Nigeria, 2 goals, 1-0. And I must say this, right? I think the goal, how was that not given as a goal? Right? How was that not given as a goal? How was that not given as a goal? I need someone to explain to me. You had 2 Rwandan defenders ahead of Victor Osimhen. So how wasn't that given as a goal? And this is becoming a recurring. This is beginning to happen way too much. Way too much. Ademola Lookman had a very good goal chopped off in the game versus South Africa, in Nigeria. Had another goal like that chopped off. So thankfully, Arokodare got his goal. So top marks to him. First off, the starting lineup, I would say there are some question marks about Benjamin Fredericks, right? Because young players, the stakes so high in this game. Super important that Nigeria got the victory, not just avoiding defeat. So you have someone like Benjamin Fredericks coming on. You're looking at him and saying inexperienced, but inexperienced notwithstanding, I saw why Eric Chio played him, because for me, I've said this. Football can be played in different ways. If you want to sit deep, have a super experienced head, like sit in front of your defender, choose Ekong. Brilliant, can do it. But you want to play high pressing football, high octane football, play with a crazy high line. And then you have to go with someone like Benjamin Fredericks. And he did so. He worked with Calvin Bassey and Benjamin Fredericks. And one thing I must say for Benjamin Fredericks is this. And this is the highest credit you can give to any young player. He looked like he belonged. He looked like he has been with the team for a couple of matches. Maybe this is his 3rd or 4th World Cup qualifying game. He looked like he belonged. So top marks to him, top marks to Eric Chio for giving him, that starting opportunity. Ndidi, he pressed me today in midfield because I would say it, I'll leave my hands up. I've never been the biggest believer in Ndidi, but he did play okay today, better than I expected, but there are still some holes in this game. But overall, he played well. And then we're talking about Simon Moses. Just still something lacking in Simon Moses' play, in my opinion, in this game. Ademola Lookman played well in spots, but I think how he was used was kind of the problem for me. I think he spent most of the time playing centrally, and I don't think you get the best from Ademola Lookman having him in any sort of central role, because he shoots out wide, have the ball at his feet, run towards goal, and then score or put in swinging crosses. Now, nice to see that you're all joining in. If you want to be part of the discussion, want to join me, I'll drop the link in the chat in the comment section. You can click on it and follow the instructions and join. So I put it up there so you can click and you can join. So have some question marks about that. But one big issue that we must talk about, I'm just hoping and praying, I'm sure you are hoping and praying as well, that Victor James Osimhen isn't really seriously hurt. He's just out on precautionary reasons, so he doesn't make any injury worse. So happy with that one if that's the case, right? Happy with that one if that's the case. So you can he can go rest, get himself ready for the game versus South Africa, and come up with the goals in that game. And also, I think something has been uncovered today. I'm hoping that that's what Eric Chio has also uncovered. And if you're watching, I hope you also noticed it as well. One thing I noticed was, Tolu Arokodare is super physical. I've always known this in videos I've done, reaction videos I've done about him, analyzing his play, on this channel. I've always talked about him being a physical threat to opposition defenders. 6'6" and built the way he's built, you just have to be. You just have to be that. There's no way you're not a physical threat. And then I looked at the likes of Cyril Dessas. He was okay in spots. There was a nice run he did, a defensive run to block off a player and win a throw, and then Nigeria could breathe a bit easier. But overall, I think if you pair Tolu Arokodare with the Victor Osimhen, I think that could be something that Nigeria could be onto, because he will be that physical threat. He will be that guy that would attract a couple of defenders to him, and that means 3 days for Victor Osimhen. And we also know that, Victor Osimhen in the box is a hunter. In the box is a lion. He's a tiger. He always has his eyes on the lookout, looking for any slither of opportunity to score. And if you have a Tolu Arokodare there, the ball bouncing off his body, he's winning some headers, and you have Victor Osimhen free, then he's going to bash goals in. He's going to bash goals in for sure. So for me, I'm feeling Victor James Osimhen and Tolu Arokodare is something that should be tried. It's something that should be tried, in my opinion. Now, Cyril Dessas, like I've always said about Cyril Dessas, I've said he is a good player. He is a very good player, and he can definitely contribute to the Nigerian Super Eagles. But one thing that I've always said is this: he needs that 10 guy, right? He needs that 10 guy that will slip the ball in for him, that will give that sexy pass for him, because he's not that physical monster. So, my brother, you joined the show. Z, you joined the show. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How was your heart during the game?
The match was like it was like heart attack football.
So your camera is like all over the place. So for me as well, looking at the game, right? First off, what do you make of the starting lineup? Let's start with there.
But the first 11, to be honest,
Yeah.
he didn't. As in, the manager didn't get it right in the first half. He wasn't good at all. He can't be playing. He can't cut off right wing. You can see as soon as the left and the right wing started working, Nigerian attack look as in a little bit sharper than the first half. The first half, it was like they are playing primary school football. Yeah, pass to me, I pass to you, pass to me, I pass to you. No attacking football at all.
Yeah, for me, what I can say is this: is like he did it in the Unity Cup as well. He had Chukwueze and Netantela playing like they were tens. Some people say support strikers. Ademola Lookman should be playing out on the wings. Same as you have some, maybe Chukwueze playing out on the wings as well. That's how I see it should be played.
Next match against South Africa, you shouldn't try this thing again. No.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. In my opinion, you shouldn't do this.
Because you see the chances we created in the second half.
Yeah.
Imagine we as in throughout the first half, we are trying all this luck. One would have entered in first half. That's
Right.
that's why Osimhen, all of them in that attack, all of them they were zero touch in the as in inside the box. Zero touch at all.
All right. Fair point, my brother. Fair point. A lot of the points you're raising now are super valid. So, John, you're just joining in. Thanks for joining in. So, what do you make of the game? What do you make of the game? What do you make of the game?
Well, I think can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
Okay. Sorry, I can't show my face, but
That's fine.
I think for me, it's a good. It's a good. I enjoyed the game today. I enjoyed the pressure. I enjoyed the fight. You can see it within the guys itself. You don't really need to, say much. But what I would just say is this: I think the Nigerian team itself overpressured themselves without relaxing to calculate the goals and everything that they wanted. And I'll give you an example.
Okay.
At the first, from the beginning of the game to the first 30 minutes, you can see the pressure. That the pressure was so much that Osimhen did not even touch one ball. No, go and check it out. The Osimhen did not even touch one ball. Like they were only focusing on I think
Exactly, my brother. That was
the
what I was trying to say to him. That no zero touch, all the strikers zero touch in
yeah.
the first half.
So
Yeah.
because the mindset of the team was they wanted to win by all means, then they forget the game plan of
Exactly.
okay, Osimhen is there, and it's a threat. We know they marked him and everything, but there was no sign of Osimhen. There was even a bit a sign of Lookman at the first half,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's just that we
There's one
were
question
able
I
to
want to
control
ask
the
you
game.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for cutting you short. There's one question I want to ask you guys right now. I don't know if everyone saw this. I want to ask it because Nigeria won. Because usually, if you raise this up in a loss, people say you're looking for an excuse. You're making an excuse. But thankfully, we won. So, did everyone notice that goal Osimhen scored? Was it
Yeah,
offside?
it was. No, it was. It was. Yeah, it
To
was.
be to be
It
honest
was.
with you, yeah, that ball it looked like offside because we did not see the replay very well. It looked
Because
like
those
offside.
two Rwandan defenders, my
No,
brother,
no,
those
no.
two
It,
Rwandan
If I
defenders,
if I
they
may,
look like they played him onside, in my
no,
that
no.
is
opinion.
If
what
I
I was trying to say
Yeah,
to
but
you.
if
That
I may,
it's because we did not see the replay. Assuming
no,
we
no,
see the replay very
I
well,
did.
we would have
I did
known.
saw the no. I saw the replay. I saw the replay, and I also listened to Siasia and Ikpeba also after the whole thing. They were also confused, just the way you were speaking. They were also confused about. But what I saw in the replay was Osimhen was already in the goalpost even before Lookman played the shots. If they play the replay, you will see it again. So I think the referee got it right. But what I would say in general is this: that today game there is no single Super Eagle player that played nonsense.
I,
Apart from Bruno left back, he was playing nonsense today.
bro,
No, even
What kind of crossing is this?
um,
no,
Are
nah.
you playing primary school? Are you playing secondary school football?
No,
I
A
all
was,
crossing
professional
must
like
not
this
be
doesn't know
perfect.
how
All
to cross
crossing must
ball.
not be perfect. See, let me even shock you.
Jesus.
Let me even shock you. All crossing might not be perfect.
No, 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 no. You
Well,
can't
hold
tell
on,
me
hold on.
somebody that is playing professional.
No,
You are
hold on.
playing
Let me even tell you.
all your
Let-
crosses, none of
guys,
them make sense at
guys.
all.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Let John make his point, and then
I'm sorry.
you can rebut.
All crossing must not actually be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
There's mistakes are bound to be made, and the pressure also playing the ball has to be made. However, let me even shock you. If you are pointing at Bruno, the person that would have cost us this game today was Nwabali. He couldn't compose himself. His emotion was too high. He would have received a second yellow card for that nonsense.
Exactly. That guy, I don't know what is wrong with
So
him
if you are
today.
talking
I don't
about
just know.
Bruno, what would you talk about Nwabali? That if the referee was sensitive, that ball indeed it was actually a penalty. Let me be honest with you.
I don't know what it's like. He smoked something today. I don't know what
No,
is wrong with
no,
him.
no, no. It was the pressure. See, my brother, if let's say not understand what it be pressure. Pressure is so high that the stadium of almost 30,000 capacity. They just want to win by all means. You can see go and look at the coach faces when Osimhen said he's not playing again. Everybody was so worried. Everybody was so like the old team was like surprised, like the old game change plan. Everything was okay because it's like the pressure of Osimhen leaving. You see the impact on the field. Pressure. When Yoruba say, how do they put it in Yoruba language? That this is pressure. What I call pressure. Today's game was really pressure, and Rwanda gave us what we call pressure because we thought Rwanda was an underdog and everything, but Rwanda showed us what is what they are made of today. So I think I enjoyed the game today. If you ask me, everybody played well, in my own
Yeah,
opinion.
for me, there are some players I will want to highlight. I'll highlight them, and then I'll see what you think about their performances. But let me read some charts here. So Godson says Iwobi was useless there. I said it from the beginning. It goes on to say Cyril Dessas was the wrong sub. So I'll give my opinion on these two, and then I'll allow you guys answer, give your own opinion about it as well. So for me, one thing I've said about Iwobi is Iwobi will try. You see Iwobi, Iwobi will try. Iwobi
What
will
is
run.
what you said? You are right. You are right in what you said that time. You are right.
He will put his energy.
He gas
But
up.
you can't cheat nature. What you are not physically. He expired. He just got tired. Then you talk about Cyril Dessers. Cyril Dessers for me, he is a good player, but he needs that Hazard type player behind him, Fabregas player type behind him, that can slip Modric type player behind him, that can always slip those balls through that 1v1 goalkeeper finish. But you see, when it comes to physical, bash defender, fight with defender, struggle with defender, free up yourself and score, it will always be difficult for Cyril Dessers, 100%. 100%. So there are other charts for me to read, but tell me what you make of this, what was said in the chat about UOB and Cyril Dessers. Let's start with you, Z.
Yeah, I think the guy, I think this match is it's like first time he's playing in Africa, I think.
Who is that? Dessers.
Desert, yeah.
I think he has played some matches. I think he played
Are
some
you sure?
matches.
No, I don't think he has played any.
This
Yeah,
this
is the
this will
first.
be his second time on the national team, but first time in Nigeria. First time in Nigeria, I think so.
I mean competitive match in
Okay.
Africa. This is his
Okay.
first match.
Yeah, first match.
Yeah. So I think, to me, he's tried his best because African football. If you are not physical, you can't play African football. I'm telling you the truth. African football is something else. Is this the way they are slapping? They were slapping Ndidi. Even if you pass, they will drag you
Like
as a back.
the one guy almost pulled Ndidi's neck off.
That was what I'm trying to say.
Almost pulled
The
his
same
neck
thing.
off.
That was the reason why they gave this guy injury as well. The way they were marking, kicking leg up and down. These people, I don't know. You see what I was trying to say to you guys here.
Yeah.
You see the way Rwandans play Nigeria today. Yeah. Watch the Rwanda match against South Africa, final match. You will see what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They will not play South Africa the way they play us.
Yeah, for me, what I've said is Nigeria, do your job. Thankfully, in hook or by crook, Nigeria has gotten 3 points today. Go to South Africa, get your 3 points. The next 2 games, win them. Then, if it's still that 3 points that is outstanding, that needs to be deducted, then we proceed from there. But
Nigeria will definitely beat South Africa. The way I'm seeing it, Nigeria will beat South Africa.
I like the way they started, but that's the one thing I said in the previous video. If you remember, I said that on other videos I said that Nigeria needs a deep line playmaker that can actually control the pace of play. So that's something I said. So now, John, quickly, what do you make of Iwobi performance, Cyril Dessers performance, before we go on to read other chats?
Well, if I make, if you give me 10 seconds, I want to reflect back on something. In the totality of the generality of the game today, Nigeria game plan was shattered. And I'll tell you why. Nigerian game plan. This goal that we scored was just mere luck, and I'll tell you why. If you remembered, I don't know if you saw what I saw when Osimhen got injured. Did you see the high five the Rwandans were giving themselves?
Yeah,
it was on the. So now, which means that now the Rwandan people came with a game plan and they executed what they actually wanted. Not that they intentionally want to, injure Osimhen, but they just want him away from the field, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Osimhen was giving them pressure to the fact that 3 defenders were marking him. He couldn't see any ball. So now that they took it away. Now coming to the Iwobi and Destra.
Yeah.
Iwobi was even trying to give Osimhen a ball. He couldn't even find Osimhen to give at the first half. Iwobi was fantastic. Like I said, from the beginning of the game, the pressure was so much. Iwobi was, was the force to reckon with the goalkeeper save. he went for a flank, but the ball went direct to the keeper, and the keeper saved the ball down, saved the ball to corner kick. So the problem with Iwobi is that he does not have a problem, but Iwobi just needs support. And now I feel they put him with the wrong person. Frank Onyeka, to me, was not supposed to be there. To me, it should have been Onyemechi. Onyemechi would have been there to support Iwobi, so that if Iwobi could not go front
You mean
no longer. Onyedika rather. Onyedika is what I try to say. Yeah. If Iwobi could not go forward because he's a bit tired, Onyedika can still play that same position while Iwobi fall back, so that it can be like interchange. But with Frank, it's not the same. Frank is a defensive midfielder like Ndidi. He does not go. So that was why it looks like Iwobi was a bit tired. However, and that was what I love about the change of formation, because the coach also confused me and you today with what he posted on the line. It's not what they played on the field, because Lukman was actually playing in the midfield.
Yeah, it was actually going to the midfield.
And which is, a good thing to support the, Iwobi. And but what do you expect? A striker putting at the midfield, you only expect him to drive and want to score a goal. So it's I don't know if it's try and error, but the test was showed today, and it was a bit different. But if they can, execute it 100%, Nigeria will be the perfect team. Now, speaking on Destra.
Yeah.
Destra is, I see Destra as Victor Boniface. He go take before he go score goal for Nigeria, in my opinion, because their style of play. Look, I'm telling you, that's why I hate when people say nonsense about Victor Boniface and if you look at both of them, they are very similar in their game style, but he cannot bring that what you are used to in Europe down to Africa. And that is why people like Tolu is more favorable. Osimhen is more favorable. Even that the African guy that is the highest goal scorer in the Nigerian league today, I saw his award. That's guy, Anas. He will play more perfect position in that field because of what? The African style of football is more dynamic. It's more, you cannot compare it with, tic-tac, pass and all those kind of things. If you look at Destra today, Destra was actually even committing more fouls than his gameplay today. He was, because he could not hold that pressure, but he's a very good striker. Because if you look at him when we played the Unity Cup in London, he was very fantastic because the gameplay was different.
Yeah,
the gameplay was different and everything. And Destra was able to score. Destra was able to, show the fantastic. However, the reason why he was able to do that is because we were able to have a free man role in the midfield of who? Chukwueze.
Yeah.
So, which is another point that I was surprised it was not on today, but it's a good thing because I think they would have even given that guy injury to say coming into
it. Saving him for the South African game. So, Speaking about Desas, someone has said something in the chat, and I feel like maybe Eric Chell today may have by error discovered something. And Godson says Tolu and Osimhen should have started. Now, when I look at it, I said it before, before people joined up. I said Tolu and Victor Osimhen possibly could be a very good starting lineup. At this attacking pair, because this is my point. Tolu Arokodare is big, 6'6", right? And that means you can't leave him alone. No matter how dangerous you think Osimhen is, when you see that kind of giant striker, you must mark him. You must make life difficult for him. And that then, for me, would open up the room for Victor Osimhen to even score more goals. You can imagine giving Victor Osimhen a little space. You see what he does without any space. You can imagine what he can do with more space. So what do you think about this? Tolu Arokodare and Victor Osimhen either starting the game together or Tolu Arokodare coming in the second half, and you have both of them pedal. John first, and then Z. You follow.
Well, I disagree with you
Okay.
100%.
All
And
right.
why I disagree with you was, the first time I saw Tolu playing, Victor Osimhen was not even on the bench, was at the Russia friendly game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he came second half on that game. And he was the one that scored the goal saved that day, that match.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw his gameplay and his kind of impact. Again, mind you, we must put in context the style of play when a particular player comes in. Tolu is more good on the air than Victor. Tolu is more controllable on the air than Victor. What I noticed today in his style of play. To me, you can't compare Tolu and Victor. Yes, they're both strikers, but if you add Tolu and Victor in the same game, Tolu will definitely play the position of 8 and Victor will play the 9. Tolu will be the one to nod the ball backwards, just like today, when he nod the ball backwards to District for District to go and score. Because he's huge. It's like Drogba.
Yeah,
It's more like Drogba, he's good on the air, he's good to play, but it's not his speed accuracy is not like that of Victor. You cannot compare and control. Now, what I'm trying to say is in every striker, they have the particular ability that they excel in. And I think Tolu is more good in controlling. Like if you need somebody today to control the ball from the air, from the midfield, so that it can pass to the other players and they can go, just to control that ball, because there can be a particular players in on courts that once you give them ball, they control that ball. Why they pass it around the ball? Tolu is that person, but Victor Osimhen is not that. Victor Osimhen, when I was looking at today's football, do you know what I compare Victor Osimhen to? To Ruud van Nistelrooy.
There's a point I want to make. I don't know if maybe you got what I was trying to say. I'm not saying take Victor Osimhen off for Tolu Arokodare. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. For like what you just said now, ball comes in, Tolu wins the ball, like Desas had an opportunity from him. You can imagine if Victor Osimhen is the Desas, if you get what I mean. If Victor Osimhen is in that position where you have Desas, so ball comes in, Tolu Arokodare, because of attention on him, his size, either he wins the ball, he has it to go, or it drops off of Victor Osimhen. And Victor Osimhen
I don't know, Ugo. I think why I'm finding it difficult is because the two of them are different. The two of them are different style of play. The two of them are different.
Old school 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Strikers. One is actually a giant, maybe 6'1", 6'2".
I think the day the coach
like 5'6",
I think
5'7".
but I think the day the coach will try it. I think the day the coach will try it, they might find it difficult. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Do you know that I used to tell people that they always argue with me? Ademola Lookman shows more gameplay in the field than Victor Osimhen in Nigerian football team today, as we speak today. But what we always focus on more is who score. Go and check the stat. Victor Lookman plays more like you see him in more of gameplay than Victor. Victor Osimhen is I think he is a glorified striker and also a cause.
What?
Yeah, because
Victor Osimhen is doing his job.
Why? This is why I said it. On club level, is okay. Yeah, but when it comes to Nigeria, you will say 3. No, and you just try to get my point. You say 3, 4, 5. Marking Victor, giving him that opportunity, but yet he still exceed. Breaking that yoke. Scoring. But when you look at the field play itself, you will say Ademola Lookman giving you the best performance of in Nigerian football, even without even scoring. That is on one hand. But in Tolu, I think, in my own opinion, there are different style of play. We are still getting to know Tolu. We've not known him yet, like Victor. We are still getting to know Tolu. If we've gotten to know Tolu in these 4 matches, that we will play, in the qualifiers, then we will see and we will understand, where he is, what he's able to do, where he can contribute. If it is to hold that ball, if we are looking for that person that can hold that ball in the middle, or that can, help us with the corner kick, or that can help us in any other area that he can fit in, then it's fine. Then we can use Victor as our Ruth Van Nistelrooy. Just give me the ball, let me score. That kind of a thing. Then I think is good. Let's just wait and see. Before we compare and construct.
All right, fair point, 4 points. So Z, what do you make of that? And then after that, I'll read some more comments. Z, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Osimhen, if you are comparing Osimhen and the Lukman, they are not the same because Osimhen is a point man.
No.
What is there? Huh? No, I'm just coming. I'm coming back to your question. I was trying to explain more on what my friend said.
Okay.
Lukman is not a point man. Lukman's job is to either pass to a striker or score if he had chance to score. Okay. But Osimhen doesn't have that time to be passing, because if Osimhen is passing too much, he won't be able to be scored. Look at Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Once he's in the box area of that box, too high inside the post, he doesn't look right or left, unless he doesn't have that chance to score. That's when that is only when he will look to the next person. I'm telling you the truth. That's why he scores so many goals. You understand? The same thing with Osimhen. Osimhen is not there to be passing ball around to anybody. He would like to drag 3 people and go and score, and he will score. That is the belief of a striker. Mm-hmm. If you have second thoughts, you won't be able to score much goals as a striker. Your instinct will be telling you, take on them, you will score. You understand?
Yeah.
So when it comes to Tolu and Osimhen, I think Tolu, because of his physicality, I think he will be able to be a good partner for Osimhen if we need goal. As in the way we need goal today. Because assuming Osimhen didn't get that injury, Tolu would have come in.
Yeah, so and that's my point. The point I'm trying to make, like, because Victor Osimhen, even if there are 3 defenders, he can battle, struggle, and score.
That's why he scores so many goals. That's why he's a dangerous striker.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are not scoring, if you are not taking on defender to score, they will not count you as a dangerous striker.
Yeah, and then
look at what he's doing in Galatasaray.
You now add Tolu to it in some situations. Then the defenders will be also distracted by the presence of such
2 of them. Yeah, exactly.
And you see opportunity for Osimhen, and Osimhen doesn't need too much chance to take a shot at
Tolu will be a perfect match for Osimhen, to be honest with you. If 2 of them can play, what they need is creative, as in dangerous creative midfielder that can be supplying them pass left and right.
Yeah.
Not long ball on the ground, on the ground pass. Like the way Iniesta normally cheap pass for all these Spanish or when he was playing for Barcelona, the way he cheap pass to Messi and all these people.
Yeah.
If you can have somebody that will be playing ball on the ground that can dribble, I'm telling you, these 2 people will be a something else in Africa. I'm telling you, 2 of them.
Okay, let's read. Thank you so much for your points, my guys, John and Z. I'll read some of the charts and then we'll progress from there. So, someone says, okay, Chukwueze should have played and he will be benched. Okay, I see Chukwueze as more of a winger. Thank you for your comment, Godson. Agu should have played 20 minutes. Yeah, for me, I think Bruno Yemachi at some point he was missing the passes going behind him. So Felix Agu, I think, possibly could have started. Could have come off the bench for him. So let's continue with the chats. There are lots of them there.
Sorry. In your chats, people are saying that Bruno Onyemaechi that passes. If you remove him, who are you replacing him with? Who is more better in that position than Bruno?
Felix Agu.
So you mean you mean based on the performance you've seen on Bruno Onyemaechi, because ball is passing behind him, he's a bad player? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No. Calm down.
No, I
No,
want to understand it
No,
because
wait.
if you are trying to criticize a
Let me
player,
no, it's
no,
let
not.
me
It's
make my
not. It's
point.
not. He did defensively. He wasn't bad today.
I
He's
say he
just
so
wasn't
I
attacking.
bad, but I said
don't
at some
understand what
point.
people are saying now.
That's what people say in the chat. But what I'm saying is, at some point, he
Attacking.
became tired. He was missing some passes that were going behind him. Attacking wise, he also has had lapses, and that's why you have a deep squad. That's why you have quality. I won't say backup. That's why I say for left back you have 1A and 1B. You don't have 1 and 2. You have 2 equally very good left backs. So when you see the player you have on the pitch is tiring out, he's beginning to
Go,
make some mistakes.
go and see
Then
the goal. Go and
you
see the
can make a
goal.
change for him. Yeah.
Coqueres of Spain score. That's kind of thing I want Bruno to be doing. Shooting, not skying ball on the outside the pitch. Which kind of ball is that?
Well, what I'm just trying to say in essence is this:
Yeah. Yeah.
if Felix Agu is the better opinion, and the same Felix Agu makes the same error, because this is not perfection. It's football. Although they pay them for them to practice to be perfect, but there's if Felix Agu make that same particular error now, the comment section are trying to complain or nag about. He said he's a better footballer and handler in the football field. What if he made that same mistake Bruno did? Will you? Okay, I'll give you an instance. Olaina at the our African Cup of Nations final. Upon how good that guy is, he was the one that received the most insult out of everybody. They said he was sleeping on the ball. He was even to the extent the same Olaina came outside and said his own parents, his own mother called him and said, what happened there? Why will you allow that small boy to overtake you like that? But how do you know that Olaina is the best position to play in that number 2 position? So now will you now come and tell me that it's not good because that small boy dribble him and they take score that goal? That is what I want to understand now, because it's getting me pissed off, if I may say.
Don't be pissed off. This is the beauty of football discussion. Everyone has their opinion. Things can be subjective and all. My point with Bruno Yemachi, right? And the day Nigeria has any striker that is up to the level of Victor Osimhen or close to his level, I'll also say, when a player is playing and then as the game is going on, some lapses begin to emerge as he begins to show tiredness in some areas, you have someone on the bench who is very good as well, then as a coach, to just look at that player and watch the player continue to make mistakes, his tiredness begin to show, you sub him off and bring someone to give him support. That's why you have a squad. You use your squad, So that's the point for me that I'm making. At some point, he began to get tired. Even with the midfield as well. At some point, the midfield too began to get tired. I was screaming. For those that watch along, I was screaming here. Indeed, he was getting tired. Those balls we are winning, in midfield, because they had got tired, which is normal. They're humans. They began losing the ball. I was shouting, why are you not bringing Chris Santos on? The guy is getting tired. And it was showing. So that's why you have your squad. You use your squad,
Ugo,
Yeah.
if I may, I'm so sorry if I'm cutting you off, but if I may,
go ahead.
Nigerian squad, if you don't know, you make everybody in the comment they know now. Nigerian squad has a problem, but we're not seeing it. What is the problem? Nigerian squad is full of too many superstars that it confuses the coach on how to use them. I will give you an example. Osimhen is number 1 in Galatasaray. Ademola is number 1 in for now Atlanta. Iwobi is number 1 in Fulham. Bassey is number 1 in this thing. Ekon is number 1 in where he is in this thing. He's number 1 now in Besiktas. Bruno is number 1 in Greece in his club.
Olympiacos.
Yes, in Olympiacos. Wabali is number 1 in Chippa United in South Africa. Even in the bench now, this Crystal, they just signed in Crystal Palace now. You will see he will dominate. Frank Onyeka is number 1 in Brentford. This other Bruno Onyedika is number 1 in Belgium, where he's playing. Tell me which player. Every player in Nigerian squad is number 1 in their club level.
Yeah.
How will the coach not get confused?
No,
on
but
who to use and how
But
to. No, no,
that's
tell
his
me.
job now. That's his job.
No, you
that's
don't know what I'm trying to say. No, what I'm trying to say is
Mhm.
even the pressure on playing the field is different from the headache the man is even getting as a coach on who to use
Have
because
you have you seen have you seen Argentina squad or Brazilian squad?
Thank you very much for using that country as an example. You know why it was easy for them? It was easy for them because they have Messi that can fall back and give them pass. Who is like Messi in Nigeria? Who has that
Nobody.
passing ball?
Nobody.
Nobody.
That
So
is
now,
why I'm telling
what
Ugo.
we have to now?
Assuming we'll have somebody like as Messi that can give you easy soft pass. Not
Watch
all
what will
this,
happen to
not
Argentina now that
not
Messi
all
is
this
retired.
towai. You will jump with all your strength
The
with it.
only player, the only player that come close in doing that passes and everything is Chukwueze.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
you don't go carry the boy, can't go kill him for us. We have to manage him. No, let's be honest. Is there anybody that can play that
No,
midfielder
it's
that can
only
pass?
Chukwueze that can
It's
give you
only
that kind
Chukwueze.
of easy pass.
Exactly. It's exactly. He won't be astride his own game, but he won't be play more as an 8. In Fulham, he
And
won't be
the
play more as
Chukwe
a 10, in
and the
Fulham. And you
and
see
the
his gameplay in Fulham than in
yeah,
Nigeria.
all right,
yeah.
brothers. Fair point, my guys. Let me just read through this chat and then we'll continue. But what I want to say, having superstars is a good problem to have, and lots of top countries, they have superstars. We'll come back to that point, but let me just read through the charts here. So Atta says proper game management because we have a lot of yellow cards going into the South African game. That's fair, and I was thankful that Calvin Bassey didn't pick up any yellow card in this game, so that gamble worked.
I
Damilola
think
says,
I think Basi was calmer today. Oh. It's only one Barry that is. I don't know what that guy is. Oh,
that
that
ball could have got a red card if he was not
No,
careful. No one was playing ground about.
I think, okay, now, okay, I don't know if you can come back. Sorry, I have to take you back a little bit back. I must comprehend the coach for what he did for once, for putting the 20 years old composed
that boy is
defender
something else, man. He's
above,
very good, very good.
above the
Hey,
captain, which signifies one particular thing.
Mm.
The future is bright.
I'm
The 20
telling
years
you.
old
I'm
Frederick.
telling you.
I think he will be the next captain in future because he was more like behaving like a Truce Akon, but in a more experience. When a 20 years old is playing like a player that is like 35, more experience. I think it's okay for you to acknowledge the gameplay over the age, and that was what the coach did today, which we all saw. We all acknowledge. Do you shock you that there was no lapses from the defense today?
Yeah, they were
There was none. And the
very good.
coordination between him and Bassi was so fantastic that Bassi was just bulldozing people. Will come up a road, that kind of thing. That kind of thing, come up a road, clear road and everything, which
I
particularly,
like
that is
I
his
like the
job.
way he played, Basi.
Yeah, and he's doing it fantastic well.
Yeah,
Olaina
yeah,
was
yeah,
no
yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
Basi was actually more of working force today, if I may. The guy, the one that replaced Econ, was
Yeah.
more of the composure. And this is what we need. You see what is happening in the back now. It now looks like the back now has got it right. Now we have to focus on the midfield.
Yeah.
That is where the focus now has to be. If we can have somebody like that guy in that midfield, composure. In the we can't. In the is okay now. Can you imagine? We have. Do you know how many defensive midfielder we have? We have Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
No, is it Bruno? No. Onyedika.
There's Onyedika,
Frank Onyeka.
there's Frank Onyeka, there's
Wilfred
Wilfred
Ndidi. Do you know to a point? I don't even know if we will be playing midfield or defensive anymore in Nigerian team because the team itself don't confuse me. We have now this Chrysanthos with this guy from Getafe that they just signed. That guy is so impressive to me that if he can take that role, start coordinating that ball one way or the other, I think he might be able to help. If they compare him and Chukwueze together, we might be able to build Nigeria forward. And again, I will say it again. Nigeria's squad is full of is blessed and is also a curse.
Yeah,
I stand by it. I stand by that word that I say because
I do see where you're coming
look at what is happening in Belgium. Too many stars killed Belgium. It took France a bit of a while before they got it right, before they will be able to get it right. Too many stars kills. That is why I like Spain. Spain are not more of they are more of stars, yes, but they have people that can take that pressure and coordinate it well. If we have somebody like that play like Lamine in Nigerian squad, what am I here complaining and nagging to you about one? Lamine now, if he did so now, that young boy, if he did so now, come out from that wing where he did now, can I content? He could still play that position for you. So, but if you can have such
Nigeria,
superstar like that in
Nigeria
Nigeria,
need
you get it.
more dribbling and dribbling attacking minded players. Not all these pass and the people that can shoot from outside 18. Look at
We
the shot.
we
Jesus.
necessarily don't need more of attackers. We don't get them too much. We really don't. We don't get more of attackers, more of defenders. Now we just concentrate on who will be able to. You see what I told you in the beginning of my statement. I said Nigeria were decomposed in the first half because Nigeria came with a game plan, but at the end of the day, just scatter everything just because they wanted to go and score. If we have had somebody that can tell the team, calm down. Let's take this thing one after the other. Play the pressure. Find Osimhen. We would have scored before they give the guy a small minor injury.
Yeah.
To go. I feel so that's the way to go. I'm not comparing Nigeria with any team or any football clubs or any other thing. But what I'm just trying to say, Nigeria itself as the squad, they have their own problem that they need to find a solution within themselves. And I think it's giving that coach a problem. But I know if that coach now come outside now, I've been saying this thing the way I'm saying it now, people will be saying he doesn't know what to, he's not a coach, he doesn't know what to do. When you have a lot of players playing the same similar position and you want to convert them into another position, it's quite difficult, if you ask me.
Yeah, fair point, brother. I'll read through some chats and then
this chat now make us start this problem in the first place.
Let me add the Profadato, brother.
Hello, good day.
Thanks for coming on. How you doing, my brother?
I'm fine, my brother. Ugo Amadi.
Yeah.
Kedukwa.
How are you doing?
Okay. It's my first time on this show.
All right.
And,
you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I'm grateful
Thank you
about it.
Okay,
we have seen what the score of today, a goal nil victory. My happiness is that we won the match.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
The person that just spoke before you put me online, he said something which is true. Overstar is a problem. Honestly, that is a problem because that is part of what cost us the 2006 World Cup qualifier.
Okay.
Nigeria then had a lot of stars. But the main thing there is now, another problem we need, it's not that I don't like this coach, but we haven't yet been able to harness and handle our stars. That is another problem.
Okay.
It's another problem. And the match in Bloemfontein, that I don't know much of Bloemfontein. I know Nigeria has won South Africa and Port Elizabeth. We have won them in Johannesburg. I can't remember, but that Bloemfontein, I don't know the track record of I don't think we have ever played them at that venue. And that will be a decider. You understand?
Yeah.
I still believe we can win that match, but it's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
One thing I said it today on one podcast already. I said the only way we can win that match if we step up, we improve on what we did today. That is the only way we can win South Africa. And we need to win them well. Because you see, South Africa has a very wide goal difference. This qualifier will end up going to the wire. I'm not surprised if we end up having the same points to South Africa and we end up second. But the truth of the matter, we just need to do our job. We shouldn't bother ourselves of what FIFA is doing. They have to go and win that match.
Yeah, that's the point I've been making on the channel is you win your games and then afterwards you can talk about point deduction or no deduction.
Sorry, sorry, sir. Can I give you a point for what you just said, Prof,
Yes.
about
Okay.
your game with South Africa?
Yeah.
Do you know where I have a problem? South
Okay.
Africa, I watched South Africa games between us and South Africa games between their match yesterday.
Mhm.
South Africans are very clinical in their play of style.
I know that's my fear with them.
And
Yes.
Nigeria is not. We were actually lucky to have won South Africa in AFCON, which led to penalty thanks to our goalkeeper. We were actually lucky. I see. I'm Nigerian. No, I support Nigeria.
Mhm.
But for us to beat South Africa in South African home, and again they are resting. No, we will travel tomorrow. Leg never refresh. Can't still play again. We are at very big disadvantage because they played yesterday. They are resting today. They will rest tomorrow. They will rest on Monday. They will play on Tuesday. Nigeria play today. They might travel tomorrow or Monday, and they will play on Tuesday. Abba, check them now. Are they? They are not robots.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course. That's a fair point to make,
Hello.
and I think I can hear you, and I think that's why it may be a stroke of genius that the coach rested some players. They didn't play at all. Although I was shouting at my TV screen, I was shouting on my screen because you had the likes of Chris Santos didn't play any minutes, didn't get any minutes today. So maybe he could play that game as well. Chus Ekong came in later on in the game. Maybe he gets to play at some point as well. But my brothers, let me just wish through this comments. I think I've left some of them just hanging here for long. So I'll just go through them. Triple, we're hanging on Osimhen. Tolu should have started. Attention on Osimhen would have freed Tolu to do damages. Godson says the goal was not offside. What did Atta said here? So Atta says, let's go down to Atta says, Tolu Osimhen should start South Africa. Godson says, Godson says, I won. I think nonsense. Yeah, for me right now, I'll take any. For me right now, I'll take any sort of win right now, whether it's half a nil, as or any sort of win right now. I'll take it. Then we have I think that's the last chat. Okay, that's the last one. So that's the last one there. So for me, I'm gonna any win for me today is a win. It's a win. That's how I see it. So going into the next game, I have the feeling that some players that did not start today, that some of them that didn't even get minutes, probably will start the South African game. And for me, it's a bit odd. I think somebody's playing some hanky panky somewhere. I think it's a bit odd why teams that are in the same group playing on different days, and especially one playing earlier than the other, given that the one playing earlier will be at home, while the one playing later will have to travel, to
No,
to
uh, no. I think it's a mistake from the game plan right from the beginning, because they can't change it. This thing are tables and records that have been released long before, but I think they did not calculate it well.
okay,
That because if you look at it also, the same thing that you are talking about right now has also happened to some other teams while Nigeria is still at home.
yeah,
So I will not be here and be, biased about the whole thing, because if we are complaining about this, because now that it's our own turn, it happened to us before, you know,
okay,
when I think was it when they came to Nigeria, when South Africa came to Nigeria or something like that. So, but just let me just say it was a
mhm,
mistake, not deliberate. Let me just put it at that.
right,
But how 100% are they? That's the question is, and which is where a lot of people are finding it difficult to express themselves today. Which I know that me, if we go there 1-1, I no mind, I no go vex because those guys are not robots. If it's 0-0, if we even lose, because me, I'm trying to be positive, but I'm trying to be positive and I'm also trying to be factual. If we go there with tired legs, unless maybe tonight they're on ice, trying to recover and they drink Lucozade or energy drink, and try to boost their morale and their heavy legs. If we lose in South Africa, I will not get angry. I wouldn't,
From
because
what
it's
you're saying, for me, from what you're saying, and which is true, are going to be tired and gassed out anyways. So I'm thinking Rafael Onyedika and Uche Kusanto start. They start that game. They start the game of South Africa, because at least you give the people who started today, especially in that midfield, because Wilfred Ndidi was really out of it at some point in that game.
Yeah. I think if you allow me, let me explain to the people listening, because some people don't understand when some people, when you hear that comment, when they say jet lag, some people know they understand that's for those that are travel, those that use flights, that traveled and everything. Even though, let me even say, if you travel by road, let's say from Lagos to Onitsha or Lagos to Benin or Lagos to anywhere, immediately you are getting home, you're already tired.
True.
Even though you did nothing and everything. The same thing with plane. Once they land to tonight, they are already tired. They will eat their dinner and sleep. Once they get to South Africa, they're already tired. I think the only time they have a training section to do is on Monday. To train against South Africa on Tuesday. So, to be honest with you guys, don't get upset or angry if Nigeria, lost the game. And the funny part, South Africa are expecting the either the riots or the noise, the 3 points or blah blah blah, the 10 points, all this kind of a thing. They are expecting it. They want it. They want to provoke us. They want to, do so that they will take advantage. So all we just have to do is just go there, compose ourselves, and if you can get a point, fine. If you can, so decider or no decider fact on the thing, Osimhen is out. so which is not what we prayed for, but that is what we have now.
But let's wait and see what they say about.
No, did you see Osimhen limping? How do you recover? How do you recover from limping under 2 days?
He's limping, but let's see. I want to be positive.
You can hear the commentator say that he's touching his ankle and everything. So obviously they might do an MRI, evaluate the situation, and check if he's okay, which definitely is not going to be in Nigeria. He's definitely not going to play against South Africa. Definitely not. If he does that, he's killing himself, because he has to go back to Galatasaray and still, because them now, they are even more worried than we that are Nigerians. Because to them, 70 million investments. No, because we are even preparing this guy for Champions League. Now you don't go get injury. So I don't know. Nigeria is, too many problems.
Let's see how it is. From my lips to God's ears, God can heal anything. But anyway, let's move on. So Godswill Akpabio, Rwanda were playing a defensive game. Fair point on that one. Rwanda played well. Let's not take it away from them. In a kind of way they played well. Triple well on Victor Osimhen. Sure. Damilola says, how many games has Bruno played for Nigeria? Said, I beg, make we give him a chance. I know he can do better. Fair play. Bami says, please, who win? Nigeria win. Nigeria won the game. So happy with that one. And then Godson says the kick on Osimhen deserves a yellow card. I think that guy was a bit too reckless with his tackle, but there you have it. Adrian says, is Wabale in Nigeria or South Africa? He deliberately wanted to force a red card on himself. He's not professional. Well, I get where you're coming from, but maybe the pressure was a bit too much. But thankfully, he didn't get sent. He didn't get that red card. Thankful about that. Adrian says Iwobi was useless. Wrong passes throughout. He was the weakest link. I think he started the game fairly well, but as the game went on, things moved a bit different. So in Ken says Ndidi is a tiger at Eagles midfield. Okay, but Eagle needs to have a lot of energy. I think that's where he failed towards the end of the game. So Prince says Rwanda played better than Nigeria. I don't I think so, but I think they had a very good game plan, which was be compact, hit on the break, and they were doing that a lot. But thankfully, they didn't get the goal. After say South Africa pitch is bad, I've been hearing things about that Bloemfontein pitch, but fingers crossed, it's not too bad for us. Adrian says this Nigerian team cannot beat SA. We have to get very lucky. We have no midfield, no striker. Shame. I think we still have a chance. We still have a chance, certainly, my brother. Avril says South Africa game is different. It opens teams up. We don't have immobile strikers like Osimhen. We don't have immobile strikers like Osimhen. Oh my God. Well, South Africa, you are 6 points ahead. You have the chance. You can talk.
If I may, based on what you read about one of the comments about the Rwanda. So I mean, for today's game, Rwanda were more composed than us. Rwanda were more calculative. They were more coordinated, and I know it will annoy some of your viewers or in the comment section. But do you know the best man of the match for me today was?
Who was that?
The goalkeeper of Rwanda.
Okay, fair point. He made some good saves.
He made an incredible save, not some incredible save.
Shot, I felt that fit at him. I think that
very
fit at him.
Very incredible. Not just Lookman, not just Lookman. The free kick. You know, they did not show the replay of that free kick.
Yeah.
The free kick. Let me tell you, the audience. All Nigerian shots that was played, apart from Ndidi and Dele Bashiru, were all blocked by the Rwandans. Were all blocked. And then the one Lookman played that was going through, that was blocked by Tolu mistakenly.
But there was a shot Lookman took that the keeper saved. That shot went straight at him. That was the point I'm making.
Yeah, that was why I said to me, it was the man of the match. That was okay. If there's who is the outstanding player of today's game is, to me, is the goalkeeper. It was more, even though he had a little bit, I think, shoulder injury, he was able to stand out. He was, to me, and which will be our problem again when we go South Africa, because that guy waiting for that post is a wizard. I'm being factual now. I'm not being being this thing. The guy is as good as Wabali, because at a point they were actually comparing both of them in South Africa, not even in Nigeria. In South Africa, who is more better?
Yeah, who is better?
I think they play on the same club side country. I think he played at
South African League. I think
they play, so which it's like they are both rivals in the league. Now they are rivals now on country side also. Yeah. So Wabali is so good. When I mean that guy, Wabali is so good to a point that I don't think he can be benched, even though he commits an error. If you look at is 100, you know, when a keeper has 100% throw efficiency with his hand. No, I'm just being factual. Everybody should go and check it out. One is hand throw past the midfield to the strikers, not with leg, with hand. 100% efficiency. So somebody's asking me if I wait for the medical report for Victor Osimhen. Oh yeah, now let's see. Because if you are putting all your hope on Victor, what is Destry doing there? What is Tolu doing there? What is come on, guys.
We must hope and pray that he comes back. But if he doesn't come back, then we begin to find ways. For me, one solution, I'll drop it out there to you in the chat, and then I'll go on to read some comments, is you can play Tolu and then you bring people close to him. You bring like your Lookman close to him, you bring like your Chukwueze close to him, and then maybe you can play that way, because if Victor Osimhen is out, then you have to think of a different way to attack. So let's go through. So someone agrees with you with the goalkeeper thing. Oladele Olamideji says Rwanda goalkeeper just too good, I beg. So fair point on that one. Goodson says Lookman played on the midfield because Iwobi was not effective. I don't think that's a reason. I think this is what Eric Chela has done previously in the Unity Cup. He got Chukwueze and Tella. If you remember, two wingers, he got them playing behind the striker. in a way. So I think just his style. Adrian says our coach was horrible for playing Lookman in a wrong position. Lookman wasn't effective. Yeah, I prefer personal opinion, personal preference. I prefer Lookman to be, that inverted winger on the left that can come in, take a shot, in swinging cross, or cross with his weaker foot on the outside. That's what I prefer. I see him playing that role as a struggle. So Memela says played well. Kaiser Chief represented. Okay. Is he the guy that won? Okay, yeah. The Rwandan player. Ntauri played well. Okay, good on you. Damilola, remember I told you guys about playing two defensive midfielders. Iwobi works very hard when there are two defensive midfielders. You need someone that could drive the ball. Fair. Twinkie says, can we beat South Africa? Okay, possible. Nigeria can beat South Africa for sure. That's a possibility, but it has to be, serious aggression, positive on the ball. Godswill Akpabio says, tell me if you will be created any chance in 90 minutes. A playmaker for that matter. All right. Adrian says, if you think you will be played well, that means you love mediocrity. Wow. Adrian also says, Iwobi should never play for us again. This boy can't play ball. I don't think he's that. I think he still has some contributions to make in the team. So, but I think a better thing should be looked at. Godson says, Chukwueze.
Ugo, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short. I apologize.
Yeah, fine.
That person that said Iwobi does not play anything well and everything. I want that person now that said that thing now to take a step back and reflect. Do you remember when Iwobi started, when he does not have this dada that he has that time?
Yeah.
When he played, when he was, I think, 18 or 19, when he was running up and down, doing fantastic. That time, what did you say? He's the best midfielder in the world. Okay? Yeah. You said he's better. Say the Okocha blood is in him. It runs in the family. It's do this. He will be this. He will be that. He will be this. He will be that. Iwobi was all over. Now you say he's playing nonsense because he was not playing to your taste or to your own satisfaction. He's not playing for you. It's what the coach told him to do. Is what he's doing. That is what we, as the spectators or the viewers, do not understand. This is a chain of command. You hire a coach, which is we, with our tax money. Pay the coach. The coach now, with his experience and knowledge, give instructions to people like Lookman, Osimhen, and other people. Lookman normally is a winger. But today we saw Lookman playing in the midfield. Why did you complain to that Lookman play nonsense? But he did what the coach directed him to do. Iwobi played his game perfectly today. He might be getting a bit older to the role in the sense that he's no longer energetic as he used to be, because he will not go and kill himself for Nigeria now. He will not kill himself for you people. But if he has somebody that will support him in that role, you will see his impact. And that is why I love his coach in Fulham. The coach in Fulham, he saw Iwobi's potential and said, Iwobi, Biko, come and help me. And Iwobi, go and watch his match against Man U. Why am I talking? Go and watch Iwobi's match against Man U now. Go and see what Iwobi is doing. It is the role that the coach puts him in that made him to excel. It is not the same role Iwobi is playing in Fulham. It's the role he's playing in Nigeria. Iwobi is more of free role in this, and I think he plays the role of number 10 and everything. And if you watch at Fulham, Iwobi does not really need to come back, and play the defensive midfield. He has people working that game plan for him. He's only just find the right strikers in the right position and give them the right ball, and anticipating the counter move and everything. But it's not like that in Nigeria. I beg, please, if we are trying to say something, probably out of emotions or out of anger, think about, because I not go lie for you. I used to think like this before. I used to say this guy they play. Who did I say? I would say this guy before. What's his name? Taiwo. I used to say the guy is rubbish. He used to play nonsense. He used to play this thing. That is the way I used to say about him that time. If you remember, if anybody can remember Taiwo. But when I saw him playing at Marseille, I said, "Good Lord have mercy." So this guy is good like this. Even sometimes, audience, didn't it shock you Moses Simon, where they play like what I don't know. Today was not, effective like that. It was maybe one or two times you will see him in today's game. The reason why is that you are not playing a Concom below team. You are playing Rwanda. And Rwanda, according to the captain, when he was being told, you guys are, underdogs, the guy said, no, we are not. We are actually strong. And they proved it today. They proved how strong they were today. Defensively, they were really, 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 really good. I have to give it to Rwanda. We were short. Nigeria were lucky to win that match. Me and you know that.
I think Rwanda, their setup was right. I wouldn't say it was right. Their setup, they had a plan, which was be compact. The moment Nigeria loses a ball, makes any mistake in the offensive third,
they were countering. The counter was so good.
And their counter was very good. Their counter was very good. Nigeria was fortunate in some circumstances. So, but overall, like I said,
so if people are making comments, let them realize that Nigeria is not playing a foul country. They're playing Rwanda. Rwanda that actually beat us. That actually beat us in that same stadium that we are talking now. Rwanda beat us there the last time they were there.
They have gone. So for me, like I said before the match, I said right now I would love 20-0 win, but right now give me half a nil. Half goal to Nigeria, nil to the opponent. I'm happy. Take 3 points, go to the next game. So, because for me right now, let's just equal the points and then we'll move from there. So,
if you ask Ugo, I think Nigeria is also creating a wrong precedence in future.
Okay, in terms of.
Are you telling me, you Ugo Amadi, are you telling me now, as you are like this now, there is no one single player in our local league that can make to the national team?
Yeah, the deal with that is the honest truth about our local league is this. You can't get the best player from our local league. Why? This is the reason. Whether it's because of how they pay them or whatever the reason is, you shine a bit and you're gone from the league. That's the truth. You shine a bit, you're off.
So if you are saying that, how was Enyama found?
Enyama?
Was he not in the league?
When they found him, where did he now land to? The point
it was Enyama not Enyimba's best goalkeeper before he shined to be who he is today. Yeah. That guy that scored the Nation Cup for us, what is his name again? That I don't even know where in date today. Agu something. You remember that gave us the 2013 African Nations Cup. Yeah. I don't forget the name. That guy. It was from Mba. Was from the local league. And so what I'm trying to say is, if we are concentrating more on the foreign players now, because now you see what is happening globally now. Every player I have in my TikTok video now, there's one Oyibo boy now. He is training now. He wants to be Nigerian best goalkeeper now. Oyibo, pure Oyibo, but he's Nigerian now. He said he wants to be at 18 or 19. He wants to be called up at Nigerians. He has been training for that. But why we have people in Nigeria still doing the same thing, has the same talent, but what we don't realize, they have more drive than the people in abroad. But people in abroad also have pride also. I'm not disputing that. But why can't we make it 50-50? Why creating on all people who were okay, I check Nigerian squad. How many people who were born, who made it in Nigeria that are there now? Check the Nigerian squad. Only I can tell the top of my head is, I think, Ndidi, Chukwueze, Frank Onyeka, those and now they are getting old. Now the new set of generation coming in now, like Ademola Lookman, Desiree, Tolu, and the new person that just made it recently now, this Chrysanthus and everything. You know how he struggled, how he did, and to where he was to today now. Now that he has become, that force now to be reckoned with now. Why can't we focus on people like that? That guy, you see that kind of guy. That kind of guy now we need for the team. That's a Chrysanthus guy kind of personality.
If I'll give you what I think about it, and then I'll go on to some chat. But this is it. It's about how I put it now. It's about putting the horse before the cart. Because if we want players from our league, we have to make the league have the power to retain players. Like Brazil. That's it. No.
It's not what you said. It's somebody said that Enyama was fun when Nigeria was making a bit of a sense. Said no before 0 then collect. So that was
no. But it's going to be such a way. When you look at Nigeria right now, people can't stay. They can't stay. Someone will be in a league before you know, second division Austria, third division Lithuania make offer, and you can't blame them.
I'm not saying that's not my focal point.
I know that's not the point you're making. The point I'm trying to make is that if you want Nigerian players from the league, it's a tricky situation because the way the clubs relate with the players, these players at some point they move so quickly. And then another thing again that affects is even for the ones that remain, right? The NFF, they play lots of politics with things, which I don't understand why they do it. Because I feel like the best way to market your league is the absolute best of the best that you have available in the league should be the ones you pick up.
Gennett Raw.
Yeah.
Gennett Raw showed a bit of to me, it depends on the coach.
Mm-hmm.
The same coach now, this thing where me and you they talk now. Yeah. Is it not the same coach that put on people at the Unity Cup in London? Mm-hmm. 5 guys from the local league made it to London, 3 of us.
Yeah, I did, but let me point out something to you. Sikuru Alimi, that was in that team, that guy had 3 goals, 2 assists in about 20-something or 30-something games. The highest goal scorer that now came to Chan and scored goal, Anas, was not even invited for that Unity Cup. So that's the point I'm making, that even when they invite the home-based players, the players from the MPFL, they end up sometimes not inviting the best of the best. You know?
So then, what's now the perception of like somebody like the guys that are training and that wants to join to the national team on everything? Is it that they should just focus on, okay, let me train so that one agent will find me, then I leave Nigeria and go and play for that? Because let me tell you one thing. When I went to this local club here at Germany, at Berlin.
Yeah.
I saw when they started, they were just starting like nothing day, because they are sharing two stadium with 2 communities. And I saw at Berlin and what's the name of the other club again and everything. I saw how the community lives every Saturday. The train is full of the local people coming to come and enjoy the team on their league. I know it's a private investor. Why can't we have that incident in Nigeria, whereby every Saturday in Rivers State, in Lagos, in Ondo, in Ibadan, in Nasarawa, in Kwara State, you will see people trooping into the stadium, supporting their team rather than watching the Premier League. Then you will not discover that Premier League they learn. Talent is in Nigeria. Talent is in that local league and everything. I know somebody that is in Nigeria now. Not that physically, there is somebody in Nigeria now that is there, that is like Messi. There's somebody in that Nigerian league that is like what's his name? Ronaldo. There's somebody in that Nigerian league. Take our Super Falcons. Most of them are locals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Our most of them are locals, and they're doing very, very fantastic. Our captain, Ajibade, she said she was selling orange before she found football. How you expect somebody who is selling orange to go back to go and sell orange after reaching that level? It's a form of motivation. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, that why are we not privatizing the local leagues? So remove government from the whole issue. Remove government from the whole issue. Private investor invest in local leagues. Let's see how our local leagues will excel. Because I'm even hearing an allegation of corruption and everything, and not paying the staff and everything again, which that one is another factor entirely in its own case again. Yeah, but why can't we just focus on it, make it better? Because I remember when Ifeanyi Uba made his league, everybody was watching there, 2 of us.
Yeah.
Was more promisable club, you know. And I would look at the list of, when you look at CAF, list of clubs that made it to the center in Africa, I don't see any one single clubs in Nigeria which would have affected us. Do you know what FIFA have done? If Nigeria clubs have done better, do you know that Nigerian clubs would have been at this FIFA World Club?
Yeah, Club World Cup, yeah.
So what are you thinking? Are we not doing ourselves?
Yeah. My brother, that would be a very long discussion that we'll have. I've complained about it a lot. I talk about it a lot. There are solutions that are there, but people keep looking at the immediate, very, very short-term, gain, as opposed to long-term plan that can improve football in general and also be profitable and more sustainable. But they don't look at things that way. It's a deeper conversation. Because if it's having Messi type talent, Ronaldo type talent, of course, you do have them. But it's a question of platform. So that's why when they say Lamine Yamal is generational talent, I say, yes, he's talented, but he has generational platform, that has been there since centuries ago, so they have that platform in Europe. So fair point that you made, because we have talent like Brazil, but it is a platform to give these players chance to come up. So I just wish through this. I know some of them may have knocked off. I don't know. So Tolu, okay, Osimhen should play together. We've talked about that. Tolu is an amateur. He can't control ball playing because we don't have good players. Adrian says that. So I don't understand the comments are just, but okay. Okay, so Tolu is a horrible idea. 2-9 is totally wrong. I don't think so. I've seen people that have played with 2-9 before, but anyway. Bright Osimhen.
I think some people wants to join in. They're looking for the links.
They're looking for the links.
Yeah.
Okay. So soon be. Let me copy this, and the link. I'll drop the link in the chat. So who want to join is there. So someone says Falan Ababatunde says please go share the link. Okay. I've shared the link. Tucci says home base we don't use full finish longevity. Oh.
But don't you? Because shock you said that same fufu where they talk about. Now if they chop for London too.
Of course.
Now those Newcastle and Fulham people they chop. Go to Dortmund. You go see them there. They chop for Dortmund too. No cap.
Yeah. All right, Babatunde. Welcome. Nice to have you on here. So, how is your heart now?
I was here yesterday. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean,
I hope I
was here yesterday.
You didn't shout too much.
Yeah, no, not at all. I was watching the game, even though I was a little bit tensed, but I knew we were going to get the job done anyway, anyhow. Okay. So, just to share my few thoughts, I have heard Mr. John talking, and I'm happy he's still online. So I can also share my thoughts because I disagree with him in many ways. Yeah.
Okay, bring it on.
I came online, I was on another platform listening to the post-match preview and everything. Okay. So I agree with him. I agree with him in some way. Number one, we should stop talking about our league. Honestly speaking, we need to fix that league first. That league is dysfunctional, is destroyed. we should stop talking about our league. We need to fix it first. Now let me take it from this perspective. They just finished participating in CHAN. There's one particular Tochi Dan that is speaking on the comment section. It's making a lot of sense. They just finished, we just finished watching CHAN. What is the performance of that team at CHAN? Eric Chell, for the very first time, had almost or over 1 month to work with that team. Mm-hmm. Try to get his tactics into them. I mean, Chell will not teach them how to pass ball. He will not teach them how to shoot. He will not teach them how to trap ball. He will not teach them how to do those basics. Our league is dysfunctional. I'm talking about getting a player from the league that will make the Super Eagles. Okay, point out, Mr. John, please point out to one player in the local league that is good enough to be in the Super Eagles. Just point out one player for me. Ismail Sadiq that played at right back during the Charity Cup. Mm-hmm. Even the 2 goals we considered against Jamaica was from his wing. He almost killed us in that match. My mouth was almost in my heart in that match. Ismail Sadiq, that is like one of the best players we have in the league. Now, this same Ismail Sadiq I'm talking about. I think he went to Albania or which country to go and do trials?
Austria.
Is it Austria or Albania? One of these countries.
Albania,
he couldn't cut it there. He couldn't cut it. So the truth is that the time that Enyama played for Super Eagles from Enyimba was getting to finals of the CAF Champions League. They were playing
That's 2002, 2001, 2002.
Yes, they play in the CAF Champions League back to back. I was about to say that. That was when Enyama was getting to. So if our players don't even struggle to. Our teams struggle to qualify to the group phase of the CAF Champions League. They struggle to qualify. I'm not even sure Remo Stars, that is the best team in the Nigerian league. I'm not sure they will qualify to the CAF Champions League. Even
So,
our female
wait, because I want to understand your point. Are you trying to
no,
say
Mr.
that?
John, let me. I'm trying to. No, let me make my point, please. You were saying
Okay,
that that we should have one or two players in the local league that can make this team, and I'm saying that is a big lie. We don't have talent in the local league. If they come tomorrow, we will acknowledge the fact that now we can see them. But as it stands now, with the current state of our league, with the way the league is being run, and everything that's happening in the Nigerian league, we don't have. Look at the player that Mr. Ogo was mentioning. What's his name? This Ramos Asiku Alimi. Asiku Alimi sent for a second division team. Second division is it Morocco or Egypt? Where? Second division team. One that was supposed to be one of our sought after players in. Look at this guy, Isaac Xavier, that played at the CHAN qualifiers against Ghana. That guy is a kind of fine player that is okay. But immediately they saw he just plays small, like play well. He signed for a club in is it Algeria, Tunisia, or Morocco, or where? So they don't even stay. If they just see any player that has one small bright spark, they have already signed. This guy too, they just played. What's his name? He just signed for Wolfsberger in what's it called, Austria. They don't even spend. So if we continue like that, how is our league going to develop? How is it going to develop if we keep importing players that to obscure leagues around the world? How is our league going to develop? Why? Because structurally we have a problem. Structurally, the Nigerian league has a problem. We cannot, except we want to lie to ourselves, we cannot deny that we have a problem. We don't have enough money in the league. We don't have good facilities in the league. We don't have good coaches in the league. We don't have a good management board in the league. These are some of the problems we have in the league. So we should not come and be making excuses for the local league because we are not good on the home front. We are not. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Mm-hmm. If tomorrow we begin to have talent, we will say it. Let me allow you to react, Mr. John.
All right, Mr. John. John, yeah. Your rebuttal to that.
No, there's nothing to react. Okay. After I back like dog, I still come back to the fact that, about, if you listen to my closing statement, I said, I don't even want to go to where the corruption, the level facilities and everything, I don't want to go into there. But I was just trying to say that, why can't we just, take a little bit of look at what's, if we can. I'm not saying there's not, if we can, that's where my mindset and my perception is going to. But what you said is right. I don't think I can counter you in any position of what you said, in that, in every representatives.
So let me just throw one thing there. Someone has said, Sunday actually said it. So is it the fault of the players? No, it's not the fault of the players. I'll answer the question and then I'll go on to make some of my points. It's not the fault of the players because we are fans. We watch football. We want to see people play football. It's their livelihood. It's their career. It's their career. So if you're earning, I don't know, maybe in this 250 grand a month, and then someone comes to you to say, come to Latvia and play for FC Riga or something and earn $500 a week, you're gone.
Exactly. You will not even wait.
Probably they have a house for you to stay. This may not be super fanciful house, but it's a house you travel and stay in. You're gone. You're gone. Then next point.
Mr. Ogo, sorry, let me just add to what you just said. Yeah. Another example is Unduka Junior. Unduka Junior is a decent player. He's just decent. Now he played at the CHAN, and the next thing he went to sign for a club in Iraq. Should our players be going to Iraq? But because the money is good, so you don't blame them. Because at the home front, we are not taking care. Yes, at the home front, we're not taking care of them.
Whatsoever. So they have to go. They have to go. And then the second point is this: it will shock you that clubs from Europe don't come to sign, as in the ones who are serious, don't come to sign players from the league directly.
Exactly.
What they do now, what they mainly do is right now they go to academy or grassroots clubs like Beyond Limits, like Valiant FC, Sporting Lagos, all those clubs, Atlantic Business and all that. Those are the clubs they go. Those are the people they go to and sign players from, because those boys, they go and play against Inter Milan Academy. AS Roma Academy, Fiorentina Academy, like Irene Parabo, super wonder kid, scored tons of goals. Now I think he scored about 4 goals in 6 games for Njondaland in Norway. No, from Lillestrøm. So they signed this. I'm coming. Just a second. They signed all these young players from these grassroots clubs straight to the European clubs. And another thing is, you don't even have a proper pathway, right? From the grassroots, from this academy or whatever, to the first team of the club. Like Beyond Limits, we know it's meant to be like the academy or whatever of Remo Stars. But they don't promote anybody from there into, at least they have that affiliation. They don't promote anybody from there into the league, into the Remo Stars itself. And then if you're a club, you gain promotion, you don't have any pay package to bring you to keep you in the league. Yeah, so you see some clubs. One thing I was catching my eye. I said, how is that possible? Clubs buy sports. Clubs buy sports. You could get relegated, and then a club that gets promoted doesn't have the resources or wherewithal to operate in the Premier League. At least that's what they say. And then the club who have been relegated buy their sports, which is odd. So those are certain issues that are prevalent in Nigerian football that I think we need to really, really look at before we can say home base. Okay, look at Spanish league. Where is their home base? La Liga.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Egypt. Their home base. Who do you have there? You have Al Ali.
We have Al Ali. We have Zamalek. We have
those clubs that can come and put our players and pay them money that they may never ever be able to see in the NBFL.
There's a story I heard. I don't know if it's true. They said one club loaned one player to Ikorodu FC. Ikorodu FC said the player.
So you hear?
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true.
I heard that as well. That a player was sent on loan and a player was sold off. So when you have all these type of things, it's difficult to say let's rely on the league. And we live in an era when there's big solution, which is one thing about business is you hire what you don't have. You collaborate for skills you don't have. If you know you don't have the money, you don't have the full sense, right, to operate this club privately, what you do is simple. You have Clearly Capital, you have Red Bull Group, you have all sorts of sports investment groups out there. Simple. We are going to lease these clubs to you. Or scratch that. We will lease this entire league to you. You pay us for naming rights. You pay us for, then when TV rights come, we will have a split of TV rights, streaming rights. And then when we do that, we will now provide officials. We'll provide referees, linesmen, the works and all that. And then you will provide technology, improve facilities and all that. You can even go to a granular level where you say, okay, what's going to happen right now is for every player sold from the league, you get 20% on it. You look at it from a purely business perspective, not charity. If you do charity, you get messed up. Pure business. And that's the way you make it work.
Anyway, this local league, I'm sorry, Babatunde. This local league, this thing, I think the topic long.
Yeah,
see, the truth is that it's a topic for another day. Honestly,
exactly. So
our league is not going to work until we take it over from the state government. Exactly. Until we stop allowing state government.
Wait, sorry, is it under the state government?
Yeah, most of the states are being run by the state government.
States, they own the clubs.
Run the state. Most of the
I think Remo Stars is privately owned.
Apart from maybe Remo Staff,
Sporting
Lagos, then this other club, is it Khalifa? I think Khalifa.
Cool Khalifa, I think.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's run by, I'm not too sure whether it's run by the state or not. Just very few of them. Most of the teams, other teams are run by the state government. And even those that are not run by the state government, they are the ones. So now the same thing. If we check the antecedents, the same thing has begun to happen to our female football. Look at just yesterday. Before that, we would just beat any team in the Wafu Zombie CAF qualifiers. Yesterday, Bayelsa Queens could not beat us Mimosa of Ivory Coast. I watched that match. I was disappointed. We went on penalties and then we lost on penalties. Now we will not be going to the CAF Champions League. So now the last WAFCON that we won, only 2 players from the home front were in that team. Sikratu Issa and this other lady from is it Edo Queens or was it 2 of them? And even those 2, they hardly played. And immediately after the competition, I think Sikratu signed for a club in China, where. So they don't stay. We cannot blame them. We cannot blame them.
Not their fault.
Until we fix all these things, our league is not going to work. And we only keep getting worse. That's the truth.
True. So I think maybe we'll have another show where we talk about
Yeah.
this because
You spoke something. No, I'm not talking about locally, but you said something today that brought my attention.
Yeah.
How come there was no VAR today? To check, to dispute probably the Osimhen goals and the even what Wabali did today too.
Yeah, Mr. John, honestly speaking, I just feel like, I don't know, I've said it on some platform, I just feel like somehow CAF is doing their politics. Or maybe because there was no reason why we should not have VAR for these qualifiers. Today's goal that Osimhen scored, that goal was not offside.
It was not.
Please go and check it again. Go and check it again on replay.
No, I stand on the fact that it's off. I stand on it's off. In my own view, it's off.
No, Mr. John, please go and check it again. Honestly, go and check because I've checked from another channel now where they paused it and that goal was not offside.
And even
that goal was
this goal aside,
it was even if it was offside. Yes, even if it was offside, let's even not assume it was offside. It was so marginal. So if there was a
we should have seen it. This
but this goal aside,
this one aside. If you remember, Ademola Lookman scored the goal. I think it was against South Africa.
I remember. Yes,
no, the goal. He was miles. He was not even tight. He was miles.
I remember the game.
Miles onside.
Yes, I remember the game.
Onside. They say it was off.
I remember. I think it was against Libya. Either Libya or I think it was Libya. Either Libya or no, it was Libya.
One game we ended up dropping points. Nigeria ended up dropping points in that game.
We won that match actually.
It wasn't Libya.
It wasn't Libya. It was Zimbabwe.
We ended up dropping points.
Oh,
yeah.
It should be. It was
Zimbabwe.
Nigeria ended up dropping points.
We have had many. I know the game talking about. We have had many.
That. So
that was the day. If you remember that match, that was the day Victor Osimhen was angry with almost everybody because he scored. It was like maybe 90 minutes that was when Zimbabwe equalized the goal. That was why he was so angry with that. He just walked off. If you remember the game.
Okay.
Maybe anybody in the comment section that knows that game should remind us because the same thing happened against Rwanda, but this time around I think it was AFCON qualifiers. Yes, they were in our group.
Yeah.
Lukman scored a goal that what's his name? Semi Ajayi headed from a throw-in, and it was called offside. I don't know if you had the news actually.
Yeah, even in
the
this
ref
game,
for today's match.
I don't know if you Go on, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if you had the news, but in the ref that officiated today's match was not supposed to be the one to officiate initially. NFF wrote to CAF for a change because the initial referee that was supposed to officiate this match was the referee from Libya. I think it was the same referee that officiated our match against Rwanda that did anyhow. So NFF wrote to CAF and then they changed the ref. If not, it would have been worse. One Bali would probably have gotten a red card today if that man was the one that officiated.
Yeah, let me ask this question. Maybe my football knowledge is a bit foggy. Can someone be offside from a throw-in?
That's what I was saying. That was that game.
Because even in this game, as well, today's game, Arokodare was ruled as offside for throwing. Like,
but the question is no. But the question is no. If you ask the question, also, do you know the rules? Because the rules change every time, and and even the commentator today was even saying about the rules about goalkeeper holding the ball for more than 8 seconds.
That rule we know that rule already. That one is a standard. We know. It just
because that one was popular. No, that one was popular, but we don't know of other ones that has been added to it. Because if you notice today, the goalkeeper.
I just looked at this right here.
Yeah.
No, a player cannot
be offside
directly from a throw-in.
No,
an offside offense
is not part of
does
the
not occur if a player receives the ball directly from a throw-in goal
No, you
kick,
can't be
or other
offside from it.
kick according the laws of the game.
Bros, are you reading Google or AI?
Let me,
Because no, I'm talking about FIFA itself. FIFA rules.
we have to check it.
No.
Because if there was a change to
Mr.
that
John,
rule,
yes,
yeah.
we would have known. That's the
If
way
there
we
was
know
a
about
change to
this
it,
rule.
because
We
this
would have
8-second
known.
rule is a new one.
Yes, it's
8
a new
seconds
rule.
rule that mean a corner kick is a new
Yeah.
one. You know, it used to be 6
And-
seconds, you waste time, then yellow card
Yes,
for wasting time.
yes, and
But
Mr.
that changed
Yes,
to 8
and Mr.
seconds,
John.
then a corner.
Yeah.
Yes, then and Mr. John, again, we already know, for those of us that had to watch a lot of football matches, Premier League and the rest of them, if this rule is you can be offside from throwing, we will have known because we will have seen it at play. I mean, I don't think it's possible. I think some of these are African referees just make the wrong calls most of the time. So
Yeah, so they are too eager to raise the flag, like Coach said in the
Well,
chat.
if to be honest with you, if I'm trying not to be partisan, but Nwabali deserve red card today.
no, he did. He
Yeah,
does
he did.
deserve
Yeah, I agree with you on
He
that.
does deserve a red card. I agree with you.
The way he was going on about
He
it,
does.
I'm like, are you planning to get yourself sent off?
Yes,
He
and
was
that's why I
pushing-
said if there was a VR in that match, or if to that other referee, Nwabali would have been sent off because
Yeah,
he
the way
actually
he was
deserved
going on
it.
about it, it was almost like he was spoiling to be sent off. It was
Yes.
The South African Football League body language. That is what is actually exhibiting today on the field of play. No, I will not lie for you. You know, when I watch most of their league, you know, that was why I like South African league because of their local support for that particular league. Chippa United, Mabel Sandau, and if I see the emotions they pour in that in the personal games and everything, that's even the players themselves. Sometimes they want to try to fight themselves, you know, in the field of play, just for the passion, not for hatred, just the passion itself. But today, Wabali itself today shoving the player, it was I think the player was just trying to call him to order, then he shoved the player, which I think the player did not even touch him again. He touched the player three times.
If we want to be fair, that player was spoiling for Wabali to get.
Let's be fair.
In my opinion,
if there was going to be a red card, it would have been the second incident that he did. The point where he was trying to throw the ball and then the player was blocking him and then he pushed or he shoved the player away. That was wrong. But that first incident.
No.
Let me make my point. That first incident, it was Nshuti, that's the player's name. Nshuti was the one that first of all provoked him. Because Nshuti was the first one, if you watch the replay again, Nshuti was the first person to push him before he now pushed him back. So, but the way Nwabali was pushing him was just too much because at the point, Nshuti stopped pushing and then Nwabali just kept, going at him. But he was the one that first of all provoked him.
Let me remind you, the one Nwabali did to push the defender away from him, Nwabali has the right to do that one because in the rule of the 8 seconds, the player cannot deliberately block the keeper just because of that 8-second rule, and he shoved him away from his line of view. I think he's just protecting himself. So, which I think the ref will say, "Oh, you're trying to be smart," and he pushed you away. If you are watching the Premier League now, if you notice, players are doing it to keepers that they want to block them from them, either throwing the ball or focusing on a counter attack and everything. On that one is bad. The one I'm focusing on was when Nwabali has already gotten the ball and he put his leg to rake the Rwanda player off. It was a penalty and a red card and a yellow card.
Was it the one he held the ball and rolled on the ground?
No, he has already gotten the ball. He has already gotten the ball already, which there is no need for physical contact. But he now uses his right leg, and wreck the Rwanda player. The guy really somersault safe for the feed. People not notice him. Go watch the match again. So, the guy really somersault for the feed. Then everything just like play on.
The thing is that the ref, I'm sure the ref did not see that. I'm very sure he didn't see it because it was, Nwabali was on the floor when he did that nonsense. He was on the ground when he did it. So I'm sure probably the referee did not see it. But
He
if
has
there was a
he has
VAR,
then to be super mindful going into
No, if
going
they
into
can
the
really
game.
protest against it too. No, the Rwandans can really protest against if they really,
Nah, I don't
they
think
really
so.
fight
Yeah.
for it. Because I've not listened to their post press conference. If they really saw it and they said that the referee was
no, if they want
was
to protest, we can also protest too. We can also protest because there was a good penalty call that would have been given to us that we didn't get.
in which particular section?
There was
Where?
there was a particular foul, and I've forgotten the player now in the
Which one? Wait,
box.
see what I no see.
No, there was a particular foul on our player in the box. So it was not
Which one? Now remind me. Let me know.
no,
Which
no, I'm sure I'm still going to remember as the talk goes on. But there was a particular foul on, was it Osimhen? No, it was not Osimhen, because there was a foul on Osimhen too that made him to leave. Because that foul on Osimhen, that one that made him to get that knock and left the pitch.
It wasn't deliberate.
No, wait.
Yeah, it wasn't deliberate.
No, sir, Mr. John, in the rule, some things are not known whether deliberate or not. The rule is the rule. In football, that is the way football is now. We have seen a lot of penalty call in leagues whereby the player will carry his hand up and it's not deliberate. The ball hits his hand, it will be called against him. The rule is the rule. There's nothing like it was deliberate or not deliberate. There are some things that will, okay, probably maybe for example now the handball rule, some things has changed. If the player is so close to the ball and the ball hits his hand, you cannot call that a penalty because we know that, okay, it was not intentional. But in a situation like this, it was clear. He gave him the foul. He raised his leg up to kick him, and that was when Osimhen got that injury. That was, what if that injury is going to threaten his career for a very long time, or what if it's going to keep him on the sideline for a very long time? So if they protest, we also have some things. They will not even try it. I'm telling you.
See, look, they were both going for the ball. That Osimhen's ball. Some people might say it might not be a red card. It might be a yellow card offense. But if you notice, if you notice how a foul is being done by a player, you see how a player react. I've been following Victor Osimhen, even because of Victor Self. I'm now watching Turkish league every day. I watch. Before Victor. Now since he end this thing, I now watch Galatasaray. I'm interested. Osimhen personally reacts when he's being fouled.
He reacted now. He reacted to this
no,
one.
No, he did not. He did not react.
No, he reacted. No, he reacted.
He did not.
No.
Hold on. Let me land now. Okay, let me land. Okay. The one I watch, because my own eye is the one I used to see. When he got the injury, he was like a bit of, the voice. He felt the pain and everything. He left then. He took it as there was nothing serious, stood up again, and so it was later it now felt the impact and everything about the whole thing. But that particular reaction was like, he did not go to the defender's face, he did not shout at the guy and everything. It was when the Rwanda player now realized that the guy is even going off, that they want to, meet him and beg him not to be angry and everything. That was what I saw. So what did you see?
Okay, let me tell you what I saw. When the guy did the foul on Osimhen, when he did that foul on Osimhen, the Osimhen, like I said, I've been watching Turkish leagues since last season. I'm still watching him till now. The Osimhen that I know reacted the way he should have reacted. But if you notice, immediately he got up, he went down back because of that pain on his leg. He first of all tried to get up and charge at the guy the way we normally do. Immediately he went back down because of the pain on his leg. Immediately he went back down. I knew that Osimhen was going to be solved. I knew. Because immediately he went back down, and then the way he was holding his leg and everything, the Osimhen I know Osimhen is a fighter now. Osimhen is not the kind of player that easily just give up and just say that, okay, something. Osimhen is a fighter. Even when you see Osimhen, that's why I'm scared for our match against South Africa. I hope he's going to be able to play, because Osimhen is not the kind of player that will want to be subbed in the first half of a match when he knows his team needs him. No. So the guy eating, it was obvious. Osimhen wanted to get up but he couldn't, because immediately he stood up, he went back down again. That was when I knew that the injury was serious. So he reacted. So on a normal note, that offense, okay, like you said, probably maybe a yellow card offense. It's also a point because that injury, that offense gave our best player an injury. So it's another point we can, and the referee overlooked it. If you notice, it was after that particular, because everybody went to complain to the referee. The players went to complain to him. Immediately he was there. This person too was in his face. Even the people that came to treat him, our medical doctor, I forgot the guy's name. Is it
Medicals? Yeah.
Medicals. They were talking to the referee because that foul was too, uncalled for. And even the Rwandans, they were more physical than us. That's the truth. They were giving us bone for bone. Just our players were ready to. So I mean, if they say they want to complain because of what happened in Rwanda, fine. We have also other points to complain. But I'm not saying that what Rwanda did was right. No. If there was a VAR, probably would have gotten a red card. If there was a VAR too, there would have been a review on that foul on Osimhen. That's the truth. And some other few calls that were overlooked.
So for me, I think quick point. I think that tackle was a bit reckless. The way the guy went in.
Reckless.
Firstly, I think the way he slid in first didn't hurt to Osimhen. I think it was an additional movement with his leg.
Yes, exactly.
That made the contact with Victor Osimhen. So in that regard, I feel it was a bit reckless. But I don't know. I would like to have you guys on here another time again on the channel. So if you're subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and then we'll have a WhatsApp group. I think that would make it a lot easier.
Your subscribers already.
All right, thank you so much. Yes. So there's a WhatsApp group already for even those in the chat. If you want to join it, I don't know. I put the QR code up yesterday. I don't know if you want to join. You can join the group as well, because it'll be easier there. Because what we want to be doing going forward is Champions League nights, Europa League nights, have reaction and review of the games. Also to review Premier League games as well, so can be part of those panels. And then of course we have other tournaments coming up. Under 20 World Cup is coming up in Chile, and then of course we have the South Africa game as well that will be taking place. So all these things, if you want to be part of those panels, I think it's easier from that group. And what I'm trying to build is football can be something that has huge impact. That this channel thing can absolutely touch lives and then create narrative as well, because that's something that affects our players. Brazil, they create narrative around their players every day. Estevao Willian was like, oh, there's no one close to Estevao Willian, there's no one better than Estevao Willian, no one even 2 years younger, 2 years older. I say, people, calm down. Wait for Estevao Willian to be signed by a European club. Then you see what will happen. He got signed by Chelsea, moved to Chelsea. The moment it happened, we heard of Eduardo, 15 years old, wonder kid in Palmeiras. So there are a lot of things we want to achieve with this channel. So if you want to be part of that, you join the group, and then we'll have discussions from there and everything.
Mr. Go, please, can I give my, can I give my thought on today's game?
Yeah. That's the point I'm getting to. So, and then so we can also do that. So. But overall, the game, myself, John, and Z were on here as well, and I've seen Prof as well was on the channel as well. So we had the discussion about the game. So first up, I was on the start of what were your general thoughts on the game? Any players impressed you? Any players you don't want to see a game play for Nigeria, like some people have said in the chat? And then what's your outlook going into the game versus South Africa? Who should start? Who should be dropped? What thoughts on that? And then John, you round that up, and then before we close up for the day.
Okay, thank you so much. When I'm done with my thought, I will ask you and Mr. John just a question.
Okay.
I have a question for the both of you. I have listened to a lot of people from different platforms before I came to your platform.
Yeah.
I've heard people blasting the coach, blasting the players. I have a little bit of a different opinion. We Nigerians, we are very emotional when it comes to the Super Eagles, and I understand that's because we all love the Super Eagles. And sometimes when you are so emotional, you are not being objective in your opinion. You're not being objective in your conclusions. You're not being objective in what you're saying. You just allow emotions to cloud your sense of judgment, and I understand. Honestly, today's game, I will tell you, it's one of the toughest games that Super Eagles played in this qualifying series. Today's game, and I will tell you why.
Okay.
Naturally, the Super Eagles struggle right from the time of Pesero and Finidi. Naturally, the Super Eagles struggle against anything that plays a very low block. And if you go and read about Adel Amrouche, the coach of what's it called? Rwanda. That guy is very good at playing that rubbish. Go and check him. Go and check his past clubs he has coached. Go and see what he has done. That guy is very, very good at playing that rubbish. I was watching the press conference yesterday when he was talking. I knew that this guy was coming to deploy a very, very malicious tactics, and he did exactly that. So for the Super Eagles to have still struggled in that situation to get a result, honestly, I know that there are some players that were not too good, they're not okay, but they tried. What we wanted was that 3 points, and we got that 3 points.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to say this on this platform. I've not said it anywhere, and I will say it with so. I told you yesterday that Nigeria was going to win today's match, and I will say with so much confidence. You see, this game against South Africa on Tuesday is going to be much more easier than this game we play today.
Okay.
This same Rwanda team, don't forget they beat South Africa 2-0. Any team in our group, we struggle against this Rwanda team. Any team in our group will struggle against them. If they deploy these tactics they deployed against us today, any team will struggle against them. Now, not to say that we did not have our flaws. This is the balance. We had our flaws. In that game today, the tactics that what's it called, Eric Chell deployed from the very beginning of the game made us struggle. You saw that this team was going to play a very low block. They didn't have anything to offer. They just wanted to come and defend and see if they could just get a goal on the counter. And when you have someone like Benjamin Frederick, I was even shocked that Benjamin Frederick started, but I'm impressed. When you have someone like Benjamin Frederick and Calvin Bassing out of your defense, and then you have someone like Ndidi that is also good at recovering the ball and do all those things, you should have just gone for 2 strikers from the very onset. So he went for a striker, and I can still understand on his own part, because as much as he's trying to score goals, he doesn't want to leave his back exposed.
Okay. Okay.
So I can also understand, but we could see that the way we struggled in that game, we should have gone for a 2-man up front. Now, immediately he switched to that in the second half, the game changed. We began to have more chances at goal. In fact, we would have scored more goals if not for their keeper. The keeper was very good today. Ntwari was on points today. He saved some goals that, okay, probably maybe I have, look at that ball that Ndidi too would have scored, but I can not blame it, because Ndidi is definitely not a striker. See the one that Simon Moses to miss, the one that Demola Lukman missed. So we missed some couple of goals, but not to say we were not perfect today. We needed to get a result. The most important thing is that we got that result. Any which way we wanted to get it, we got it. Now I'm saying it again. South Africa game on Tuesday will be much more easier than this. I'm telling you. We will not fail, because South Africa will come out and play us. South Africa will not play low block against us. I watched their game again. The only thing I'm scared of is the state of that pitch. That pitch is not something to write home about. Because I saw their game against Lesotho on that pitch, it was nothing to write home about. South Africa will come out against us, and that is where they will get it wrong. I just hope that what's it called? Chell will not get his tactics wrong. The reason that will not make that game easy for us and make us lose that game is if he gets his tactics wrong against Rwanda. Sorry, against South Africa. Yeah, but for the players now, on the part of the players, the only player that I will say that I'm not so okay. I was expecting to have removed Iwobi like 70-something. Yet Iwobi had a good game. He was okay. He tried. But around that 70-something minute, I expected him to have removed Iwobi, because Iwobi was already, But probably I also suspect another thing, and probably you should take note of this on this channel. I feel like in that second game against Rwanda, Shell will ring a lot of changes. I feel like it's going to ring up to like 4-5 changes. And I feel like the reason why he's going to do that is because he doesn't want to be so predictable. Because he knows that South Africa is watching this match. He knew that South Africa was going to see this match. So I feel like he doesn't want to be too predictable. So, and I feel, you see, our coach has an element of surprises. That's what Nigerians don't know. Who expected him to have bench, what was his name? Who expected that to have bench Ekong for Frederick?
Yeah,
So
I know he's going to do that, because sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I know he's going to do that because we've seen Frederick in his playing capacity and everything. So we now, what I was thinking within myself is that between Akon and that bulldozer guy, what's his name again? Bassi, who will be better to to remove? Because Bassi go good to make the guy stay so composed and everything. But the question was, how can you remove a captain and put a boy?
Exactly.
Now you now see the point now today that it was the right decision. So I already knew. It's not about ego, it's not about pride, but it's about result.
See, you are just one of those few people that knew, honestly. A lot of people will not expect, because immediately I saw that lineup announced on Complete Sport and some other sport channel. Because on Complete Sport, people have places where they react. Come and see some people commenting, and even on another sport platform, people were like, Benjamin Frederick, both call. Most people were not expecting it, but maybe some few people expected it. And
for me, I wouldn't say I absolutely predicted it, but it was more of my mindset, because for me, when people say the way football is meant to be played, I just feel that's somebody wanting to just say nonsense, right? Because football can be played in different ways: 3-4-3, 5-3-2, 4-4-2, high press, low block, whatever, right? My own thing was, if you want to play high pressing football, high octane, high line, then just Ekong has no business being in that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can't chase anybody back if he play that high line. He doesn't have that recovery pace. So you go with Fredericks and Kavibasi.
And Fredericks has
Bros,
that. You see,
Yeah, has that
bros,
recovery pace. So
yes,
bro,
that's
Mo, don't
what he
lie.
wanted to play
Let
today.
us let
And
us not
then
lie.
he used Fredericks. And for me,
Let
I'm coming. I'll get to you, John. Sorry. The last point is when I saw Frederick play in the Unity Cup. One thing for me, how I judge young players: do you come on the pitch and look like a good young player, or you look like you have been there all along? And Frederick in the Unity Cup games, he looked like he has been there with the team all along. So I felt like if he was given an opportunity against Rwanda, he could do something. But I wasn't of the mindset that they're going to bench Chus Ekong for him. But if you want to play high line, Chus Ekong for me, I don't think is a guy you use. And the gamble paid off
yeah.
playing with Fredericks and
Yeah, Mr. John, you wanted to say something.
yeah, Mr. John, you were saying something.
um I don't want to sound annoying, but let's be honest.
Mm.
With the pace that they are going and everything today, Akon no go fit. Let's be mindful. In Zimbabwe game that they scored, that we drew.
It was his fault. The goal was his fault. We cannot him and Ndidi.
So there have been lapses at the defense before, but it's just that the man get too many respects. They no one batch his name like that on the media or any other thing and anything like that. But now the good news is he now has somebody now. I should just think that Akon should just focus on the leadership role that he is on the Super Eagles and let the young ones carry the go.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I think he can right now. I think that's before he knows who is going to pass the next level to. Some people might not be aware. Akon don't pay for that team too.
Yes, now. He don't take.
No, it's because people are just realizing his leadership structure now because of the captain now, And I used to tell people, Akon is actually not even the captain. Musa is still the captain.
He's still the captain, though.
Musa is still the captain, but people don't know.
If you leave Musa should go and
No, see. There is right and there is wrong. Do the right thing.
No, we
let the NFF. Just the way. Okay, bros, wait, hold on. Did you saw when Mikel Obi played his final match? He made it known. And what did Mikel Obi did? He carried the captain band. Musa, take. I don't retire. Why can't you allow that same courtesy for Musa? Carry the captain band. Give. And if you remember, it was during Mikel and Musa that NFF and they were fighting that time well. If you remember, they used to fight very, very well. It was Mikel and Musa. They were the middleman between they were not being paid their money. They were being owed. They were being to the extent that Mikel was making an allegation. That was then. I'm telling you about the build up to the stage where the Nigeria Super Eagles are right now, currently, before the Osimhen sets and co that time. Iwobi was experiencing a bit of that because he was a youngster as of that period of time. Then I think he was 18 or 19. That when all this nonsense was happening at the NFF and everything. Mikel opened the door of diplomacy, opened the door of unity and everything. Because right now, if you notice, before then and there, NFF and the Super Eagles, they sing together before, unlike today's unity where they have right now. Mikel opened that door, give it to Musa. Right now, I don't know if the NFF now they are trying to create confusion and anything. Allow this guy to either retire from the Super Eagles, not from the club level. Retire from Super Eagles. I don't know if they're playing politics. I don't know what's going on behind the scene. I don't know what's going on.
Mr. John, sorry,
Yeah.
Jerry, sorry to cut you, but the truth is that it's Musa that will do himself the service of saying, I want to retire. I feel like, see, I like Musa a lot, and not to disrespect him, he has done great things for Nigeria, the Super Eagles.
Musa showed strong leadership when he was a captain.
Exactly, but I feel like it's always nice for you to leave when the ovation is loudest. Musa by himself should have, by now, you are just sorry to say, but it's the truth, you're just a figurehead captain, because you're no longer getting call-ups, and you're no longer going to get call-ups, because the truth is that Musa is not going to the Nations Cup, Musa is not going to World Cup if we qualify. The truth is that you will have just done yourself the honorable thing of saying, okay, at this point, I have. They even invited you to the, what's it called, Unity Cup. It is at that time you would have just said, okay, at this point, I have.
There was sorry for you brought something up now that's even annoying me. Do you know? I was even angry with the coach. Why would you invite somebody to come to London when you know in the next day he's having a wedding?
Okay, Siri Desas. No, sorry.
No,
Musa
yes, now you invited him to come to London.
No, Mr. John.
And his wedding is in 2 days' time. He had to leave the camp and go. What kind of yama something be that
Mr.
one?
John, I feel like that. We all know now. We all know this thing that NFF is corrupt. We all know it's not a news. I feel like that Musa's invitation was not Chelsea's call. Honestly, I feel like that Musa's invitation was not Chelsea's call. I feel like it was not Chelsea's call. I feel like it was the NFF that said this guy has to go. See, I was watching a podcast where they were interviewing Amadou Pinnick when Genotroy was the coach. Amadou Pinnick said something that there was a particular, was it World Cup? I can't remember, that he was the one that forced a particular player on Genotroy and say, if you don't carry anybody, you have to carry this player. So that politics is there. You know, Musa kind of, there's this quota system we do now. So Musa kind of represent that part of the country's quota system. The truth is that I feel
if they are doing quota system, there's somebody that are doing a review of in a different video, and I want you guys maybe to be part of it. His name is it Al Hassan? I think Al Hassan. It's not the Al Hassan we know, not the Al Hassan from MLS.
Yeah.
Al Hassan he plays in Macedonia, but given the lack of talent in that part of the pitch, I think he's someone that maybe they should look at. He plays. Is it Ibrahim Al Hassan? I'll find out. I'll remember his first name. He plays in that deep line playmaker role because that's a place where we actually don't have players. Ebenezer Kensimiro is a name that people turn their noses up at. But I say, who is the person standing in front of him that can actually help you play that kind of deep line playmaker role? But so, don't you say this, Musa, until death do us part?
That's how it looks. That's the way it looks. Isn't it? See, I feel like Musa should have just done himself the honor of saying, okay, I have served my country well, and at this point, I want to hang my boots. He should have, and then I like the way he's playing back in the local league. And he would have just focused with the local league Kano Pillars, and probably from there can be. Now I had is the GM, is the general manager of Kano Pillars, and just continue to just the way what's it called, Kano is doing with Enyimba. Just continue to do your thing.
We are saying the same thing, but
yes,
when we talk about the leadership or something, it is the NFF that will like, okay, let this guy retire. Because if the thing is going like this now, and Akon say he won't drop the goal, do you know, officially or unofficially, Akon is actually not Nigerian Super Eagles captain.
But whether he's vice captain or not, but he also retired himself as well. He's
actually the vice captain. It's not the captain. That's what I'm trying. He's actually the vice captain, not the captain.
Mr. John, you are right. But what we are saying is that, in as much as Musa is not getting call-ups, is the captain. And we're not sure that Musa will get any call-up anytime soon. Even Ekong himself, if he goes for this AFCON and if he qualify for the World Cup, he goes. I'm sure that will also be.
No, he's already said it. This AFCON is his last.
And you know what? The difference between Musa and Ekong is that Ekong has now shown that he's more honorable. Because Ekong is already saying that if he goes for this last AFCON, this is his last AFCON. He's already saying it.
Yeah,
just look at the way Mikel too, retired. Even
they announced their so that they will move on and pass the destiny to the next person.
Yes,
yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. So, Mr. Ugo, just to finish my thoughts, I feel like we had an okay game. All eyes to the game on Tuesday. I just pray that the officiating is fair, because the way it is now, all the factors is against us come Tuesday game.
Exactly.
I know the referee will be against us. The pitch is going to be against us. The fans are going to be against us. So we are just left to ourselves. Because the truth is that nobody can tell me that South Africa is not being favored in these qualifiers. It's the truth. Let's be sincere. Why would you allow 3 teams from our group play their own, apart from South Africa, 2 teams from our group? Why would you allow them to play their own game in South Africa? It doesn't make any sense. When you know that.
No. See, this was before you came in. Sorry to cut you off, button there.
No problem. I don't even want to hear your argument.
Well, I was talking with Ugo. Ugo was saying that they took the other stadium, like the game of Libya, to South Africa stadium and everything. Like before this game was even played and stated, there's a game plan. The table has already been set, but it's just that it was quite an unfortunate, situation. Now we are even complaining about bad pitch in Libya and co. Do you know that the one even in South Africa that we are complaining of today was better? It was better than the one that were complaining in the Libya and other countries.
Bloemfontein.
Minus the nonsense their NFF did, the racism, the whole thing they did in Libya and all those kind of a thing. So Nigeria it's not that because you made a statement saying that South Africa was favored, because if anybody now listening to you now, you say that they can't think probably maybe the CAF was favoring the South Africa team. No, I'm telling you how it will sound, for people here. So I'm just trying to make in context that it's not that they were favored, but Nigeria was just unfortunate because there were so many incidents in Nigerians. There were so many roadblocks in Nigerian ways, in Nigerian moving forward and everything. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that luck to the Nigeria side.
Mr. John, let me make my point. What I'm saying is this, and I will prove my point to you. It's already set, doesn't mean it cannot be changed. Do you know that Zimbabwe have applied for change of venue for their last game against South Africa? The game is no longer going to be played in South Africa. So it's not as if teams cannot apply. It's not only South Africa that they can host all those other matches.
Why?
No, I'm coming. Morocco can host. They'll be moving matches to Morocco now. They'll be moving matches to other countries, or North Africa countries, Algeria, Morocco, and the rest of them. Why does it have to be South Africa? It's not fair. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Lesotho is not, look at what happened in this 3-point deduction. Lesotho filed a complaint and they withdrew it. What do you want to say about that? They filed a complaint and they withdrew it. They know they're not going anywhere, but they will favor their brothers. It is just the truth. Did you watch the game yesterday between Morocco and South Africa? I watched the game. This same Lesotho that held us tooth and neck when they came to you. Come and see the way they played yesterday. They didn't even have one shot on target. So I'm not saying that, but the truth is that let's be sincere with ourselves. When Issa Hayatou was CAF president, what's their name? Cameroon were really being favored. It's just normal football politics. There's politics everywhere, even in football. What's his name? Mosepe is the CAF president. So, okay, till now, why have they not done the points deduction? Why are we still waiting till now? Okay, probably people will say that they want to wait till after the qualifiers. Okay, fine, I know. But at least all the other cases they were treated. FIFA released a communique to show all the their conclusions, the verdict, and everything. Apart from our game apart from the South Africa case. So this thing is, I'm not saying that.
Well, I think if I may come down to what you're trying to say, this game that we are playing today now, I think it has nothing to do with CAF. It's FIFA.
Yeah, but CAF to have a say. No, CAF has
no, CAF does not have a say. CAF is only CAF is only involved in African football organization and everything. So, but in this tournament now, it's FIFA itself. So what we might have is the FIFA representative that are under CAF that might be the one to no, because you are using the word CAF. No, you're using the word CAF.
Maybe I'm using the word CAF, but what I'm trying to say is you cannot throw. This is Africa. These competitions are organized in Africa, so it is a step-by-step procedure. Before you get to FIFA, you have to first of all pass through CAF. That is how it works. There are hierarchies, so you follow the hierarchy. Before you get to FIFA, you pass through CAF because it is a it is a CAF. It is being played within the CAF. What's it called? Terrain or union. So you cannot just jump to FIFA. It's a protocol. You have to pass through CAF, then you get to
So
FIFA. That's
let
how it's
me.
done.
I think you guys are kind of like
Saying the same
in the
thing.
middle
Yeah.
somewhere, but I think this is
Yes.
what it is now. FIFA can make that decision without CAF, 100%. They can.
Exactly. They
But
will.
one thing I've seen with Infantino even is with FIFA generally, and but under Infantino's should I say presidency or stewardship, there's this thing of he has his guys.
Yeah, there's this romance between him
Yeah,
and
he has his guys, and
Osepe.
Giuseppe, who is a
Osepe.
billionaire from a billionaire family, is one of his guys.
Yeah.
So that is where I think there's some issue with. So I think this has been a very nice discussion today. If we talk about everything we should talk about,
Yeah.
it's going to be really, really
So
long.
my question for the both of you.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. John and Mr. Go, what do you take
Mm.
of our match against South Africa on Tuesday? Do you think we will qualify? Do you think we will win? No, not qualify now. Do you think we will win that match, or you think we will get it draw, or you think we will lose? Just honest opinion.
Okay, John first, so that I'll go last and then wrap up.
Well, in conclusion,
Yeah.
after looking at all the factors surrounding the circumstances, unfortunate circumstances,
Yes.
from sleeping tonight, traveling tomorrow and landing, starting training on Monday, playing on Tuesday. If we draw, we are fortunate. If we draw, I'm just being factual. I'm not trying to be deceived. If we draw, we are fortunate. But I'm expecting us to I don't want to use the word lose, but number one, the stadium not even favor us.
At all.
The fans not favor us. The environment not even favor us. So the only thing now we have within the terrain is what call our own football game, our own football play, and everything, and every other thing surrounding the situation. It's absolutely distractions, and it's going to really affect the emotions of the players. You know, one thing I have to tell you guys. You know, most times when we tell people, do you know when I want to use this word? Do you know when they used to use this word that when we're watching TV, they throw banana to you remember when they threw banana to Samuel Eto'o when he was playing ball at Barcelona? When he was they did it in Russia with this Victor Moses. They did it to Moses and everything. So me, I was saying to myself, because I'm trying to share a personal experience. I was saying to myself, give me the banana, I go chop, and nothing go happen. Nothing they happen. Nothing. Until you experience the emotional, pains that comes with it, then you will now know these are real things that affect human lives and human behavior when it comes to even football plays and everything, the crowd and the whole thing. And I would say, the only thing I would just say, my brother, is good luck to Nigeria. That is all I have to say. Win or lose, but we should not expect, because anybody that is here that is saying Nigeria will go to South Africa and win and come back is just being delusional. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to set it here right now. To go to South Africa to win is very delusional. Even the same thing with them. When they came to Nigeria, we drew 1-1 with South Africa. When they came to Nigeria, we drew 1-1. That game was intensified game. It was a very sweet match, but intensified game. We even made it 50-50 for them. It's not like as it is that it's going to be before now, because now, like I said, there's so many factors. This 13-point deduction, this 3-point deduction of a thing and everything. I know the commentator, they will all talk about it. They will all talk about the whole thing. And again, we have a disadvantage. What's the disadvantage? We don't know how to finish our gameplay. We don't know how we go play fantastic football. Who go help us score the goal? Nobody did. But South Africa are good in clinical finishing. So to me, when I look at all these facts surrounding the area of the Super Eagles, I just say good luck, and I hope we come out to draw. We come out draw and stay the future. Thank you.
That's quite honest. Okay, Mr. Ogo.
Yeah. So have you want me to say, or because I want to wrap up with it. So for me, this is how I look at it, right?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Okay, my own point of view. Do I say possibly I don't expect Nigeria to go to South Africa to one up them, even if the quality disparity would suggest that, because Nigeria is just better than South Africa. It's just better. There's no even need to compare the teams. But given the fact that you have this travel thing, which is a bit odd to me, why teams are playing on different days, and the home team, the team that will be home, is played a day earlier and have at least one more day to rest. It's a bit odd to me, but and all that, I think Nigeria can snag a win. Not a beautiful win, not a win where you dominate, you smash them 6 goals, 3-0. I think Nigeria can snag a 1-0 victory with South Africa. And this is how it will happen, in my opinion. If certain players that didn't get any minutes today, like your Rafael Onyedikas, your Kusantos Uches, if those
Samuel Chukwueze,
Chukwuezes, those ones get to play, that's a chance Nigeria can win that game. And then if Eric Chill becomes a bit more flexible, I mean tactically flexible, what happened today? He carried Ademola Lookman, tied him and kept him in that center position, which we know is not his favorite position. So if you allow him go out while stress South Africa, it's going to be tough. It'll be a tough game. But I think Nigeria can steal a 1-0 win. That's how I look at it. So Ruma says, okay, 2 last chat comments before we go. Tochi Dan says, Nigeria is unpredictable. They can surprise you when you least expect and disappoint you when you most expect it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so Atlanta 96.
If Tochi watched South Africa game yesterday, you sure say go say the same statement is when you talk today.
No, see,
You watched the game yesterday. You watched the South Africa game yesterday.
Yes,
And you watched Nigerian game today, Abi? What do you think? What do you think? Let's be honest.
No, that's what I'm saying now. Let's be sincere. I'm being sincere now. I'm me saying that Nigeria will have an easy game compared to this game against Rwanda on Tuesday is not based on football reality. It's based on my head saying. If I'm to go based on football reality, I would say South Africa will play us down, they will beat us, honestly. But at the same time, I cannot use the Lesotho game to judge. Lesotho did not play against South Africa, and I expected it even before the match. I expected it, even though I said that, okay, probably Lesotho may spring surprise. But, I mean, these people, they know that they cannot qualify for the World Cup. They know, and they will rather favor their brothers. I mean, see, Lesotho was carved out of South Africa. They were brought from South Africa, so I cannot use their game to judge, honestly. And again, football, Mr. John, and you have been watching football for years now. You know that the game of football is very unpredictable. A team can come today, catch one team and beat them 5-0. Another team will come and struggle against that team that they beat 5-0. And when those two teams meet, the other team that struggle will beat the other team that beats somebody 5-0. So football, we cannot predict by saying that this one, because this one beat this one like this. No, until they get to the pitch of play. But like you said, you have a point, honestly. I like your honest opinion. Like you said, if we are to go by normal football thinking and sense, South Africa should be beating Nigeria on Tuesday. That's the truth. But I feel like the Super Eagles will spring it sometimes.
Right, so from your lips to God's ears, we South Africa. So the last chat I'll read and then we wrap it up. So from Mirima says, Nigeria winning the next game is psychology, physical fitness, and fantastic coaching. So let's hope for all that. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been on here.
Thank you so much.
Me joining the stream, and this has been a very, very long one. So thanks for contributors. Thanks for this.
Thanks.
Mr. John, it was nice discussing football with you.
Yeah. You give me small headache too. So no wahala. Thank you very much.
I'm just hoping I can get you guys back on when we are doing Champions League review and Premier League reviews and all. That'll be amazing and that'll be very good. So someone wants to join, but I think it's a bit late now. So TC, thanks. It's a bit late now, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did this and tried to confuse Bros. Okay. Let's see if it all works.
I'm telling you, I said this. I said the
Yeah,
same thing. It's a
yeah.
shocking on Tuesday.
Let's see if it all works. From your lips to God's ears, my people. So thank you guys so much, and I'll
Thank
see
you,
you
sir.
guys on yet another video. Do have a splendid rest of your day.
Yeah,
Try
cheers,
and
mate.
enjoy your evening. I'm sure this win, you know. Alpha Bukuma, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Bukuma. So
Thank you.
I hope this win allows you to enjoy, enjoy your what's it called now? Enjoy your evening even
Thank you so
a
much,
bit
Mr.
better,
Abu.
a bit better. So
Yeah,
yeah,
take care.
thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much. And I'll see you. So see, maybe you just come and give your opinion real quickly, and then we'll call it a day. So quickly, talk on the match for about a couple of minutes.
Well, thank you for having me anyway.
Yeah.
My name is TC here.
So
So I saw the game, but I wish I could. The other guys who were speaking, I would have maybe look at this game and look at the team.
yeah.
If you see the team after the qualifiers for the Nations Cup and the team you've seen so far, something is very, very. We're not yet there, but you can take out some positive.
Mm-hmm.
The team is. You can see that there's a plan, there's a purpose, there's a way they play.
Yeah.
Things has not, come together.
Mm-hmm.
You can give that, but I think also that we are because of what is happening. Uh, if South Africa had played several opponents, they played the way they played. I watched the game against what they call it, Lesotho yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Lesotho is not Super Eagles. That they play Lesotho, and you think they will have it as the way they have. They had the freedom, the whole field, the midfield. No, it's not going to be that way. And I think also Nigerians are giving too much prop to the South Africans. Unfortunately, we put ourselves here. We're not going to blame them. It's our fault.
Yeah.
But however, it's a game of football.
Mm-hmm.
But we must just back our team, give them the support, and they need this winning. But they want to go to World Cup more than us. For me, I'm just a fan, and I can say here that if someone says something to you, if someone prophesies to them that they're going to go to World Cup, it's not by prophecy, it's not by desire. They will have to go to the pitch and take it by the cruffle, by the neck.
Exactly true.
And if you say, some people say, I will be heard some people say, oh, the South Africans are fast. Are they faster than the Russians? I watched the Russian game. You can see how those Russians played Nigeria, but at the end of the day, we controlled the game. If we had more clinical strikers, we would have won that Russian game. That's what tells you that you might. I'm not saying too much about. They might shock you tomorrow and become. You see that the South African game might become one of the easiest games they played. You might just see it and it just happen, because you forget that South Africans right now, wherever they are, you don't know what's going on in their mind, because they would have loved that Nigeria could play a draw so that it makes them, a lot more easier. But right now, it's not going to be that way. So they will also be in. I think for me, the pressure is now on them, because they had hoped that Nigeria would drop a point today, but they will be on pressure. I think Nigerians should go there. If they win, fine. If they don't win, they should take their head, but play well, continue building. I only pray and I wish that the NFF will not, continue showing their inexperience, their bad character. Keep a consistent coach. Allow, do the right, support the team, do the right thing on the background, support the youth teams, unearth new talent. You can see that guy that played 5 today. You also have other guys like that who you can bring in, introduce them to the game. Gradually, you begin to find those midfielders that are more comfortable with it, to hold on to the ball and run with the ball. You get some of those boys. And if we don't work as a nation, as an administration, to build our game, we will not have this opportunity. But I just want to say, end up here so you can go. Is we should just keep praying, pray for them, because they deserve more. For me, I watched Super Eagles game with my head, not with my heart. I watch with my head. I look at the whole thing. Nothing is given, nothing is expected until they take it. So if they want to take this by the scruffle, they can. They can. I know they have the capacity in them. Today, I saw players who were a bit jittery. You can see some of the decisions they were making. Sometimes they were shooting. You don't need to shoot. You know that you have players in front of you hold on to that ball. They will lie down. You hook it to someone up there. When you know that you'll put your leg there, sometimes you play with your head, put your leg, they will hit you, penalty. Because you know that's only what they want to do. They want to hit you, scare you. So they would have played those, they would have made the Rwandans use their tactics against them by being a little bit patient. But I don't know what NFL are doing. They should get a psychologist with the team. We've been lacking this since Robinson Okosu used to be that for Super Eagles. I've not seen, they don't have any other scorer. We need such kind of people in the team. Now, this game against South Africa is more of 90% mental, 10% is going to be whatever is working in their head is what's they're going to play out on the pitch. So they need if the good the legends, the other players should come around, call them, give them a phone call, share things with them, encourage them, give them a pattern. And we Nigerians should stop bashing Super Eagles. They stop all this. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. You can criticize the team. Oh, we're not doing well here. We're not doing well here. That's better than you just bash them. Some of us who are saying this thing, when you put them on the pitch, they cannot even trap the ball. Some of them, when you give them tasks in their own office to do something, they drop the ball. We all know this. So if you know that these guys are trying to do something, what they need is our support. We might say, oh, you didn't do well, but I hope you do best. Give your 100%. And we'll be praying for them. For me, I'll be praying for them. I'll say one prayer for them. And if they want to be in the World Cup, I also want them to be in the World Cup. It all depends on what they want. I want what they want. If they want to win, then they will win. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the call. Yeah. And you made a lot of valid points. So for me, I think Nigeria and South Africa have never been rivals in terms of talent to talent, skill for skill, man for man. Where they sort of are able to cross the waters and meet us is when is the administrative side of things, organizational side of things.
Remember this same coach there, Hugo Bros, he was the coach of Cameroon when the last 2018 World Cup qualifier. You guys forget. And we disgraced them home and away.
Yeah.
He was still that same coach. So there's nothing fantastic. I watch Africa, I watch their team. I watch them. They play. Yes, they understand themselves. They run. They play for each other. One thing I know you can give to them, they play for each other. They run. They have a lot of run out in that team. And if you play any team that can run the 90 minutes, cover ground, they will seem as a very compact team. No, if Nigerians play how they need to play their game, impose themselves on that. When you need to run, you run. When you want to run at them, you run at them. When you want to hold on to the ball, don't give them space. And Nigeria did that against Russia. Don't give them space because the Russian guys, if you watch the games that they play with the Russians, I took time to watch other Russian highlights. Mm-hmm. I noticed something that was consistent. They pass the ball from the back, they throw it on the side with long pass, with speed. They return it back, they throw it and speed, they cross, they do a cut back. They have 90% of the Russian team, their goals. That was their pattern. When they get the ball, they quick, fast, they run. And that's how we've known Russians to play. On that friendly match, I saw a Nigerian team taming the Russians. They became as normal, as if you're playing Albania. Mm-hmm. It was as normal team. They were, they had one or two times. What we only lacked, there was some few experienced players or some players who could have made few decisions to avoid some of those mistakes that led to that goal. And after that, they never troubled that, our goal push that much, except that outside that ending that when we equalized, when they tried that shot that keeper parried. I watched that team, I watched that game, and I said, if Super Eagles can play this kind of ball, so why are we fidgeting playing teams? So sometimes I only think we should just find people who can now African football is gidigbo, power. Mm-hmm. Someone who can run, dribble, run, push way down the wings. And most of this, if South Africa knows they don't grow, I know some of them could be watching this in later. Mm-hmm. If their player they sabi play, may them come play 4-4-3 against us. They cannot. You will see them, they will do They will play a mid-low block and try to take us on a fast break. That is what they will play. And they forget one thing: the team that they played when they came to you is not the same team. The team that they've been seeing, and it will be funny for them to assume that it was the same Super Eagles they've been seeing. This team, you can see a trajectory change in the way they play, the way they're making fewer mistakes at the back now. You can see there's a progression from the first game to the Unity Cup game and this particular game today. You can see the difference. Yes. There's a few things that need to be done between that final third and making sure that the strikers, have that ball. I'll tell you that if Osimhen was in this game to the end of that match, he would have, when the second half, when that game opened up to a little bit, he would have banged in more goals. Because he saw a particular time, you can notice there was a particular ball, Arokodare, you know that he's an inexperienced. You don't need to chase the ball away from you. You don't chase the ball and hold on to the ball. Everybody also had to do the same thing, and you were two in the hills because they were all falling down. And you okay, look at that cut back, the one that keep at parade. Why will you be playing grander when they're all playing on the ground when you can hook it? If it was people like Wobi that got that ball because he's not good to shoot, his own is the first setting is to place the ball. Mm-hmm. If Ademola have just placed the ball on top, it would have been an easy goal. So. They can score. They can. I've seen Ademola score crazy goals. I've seen him do a lot of things. Calm down, play your game. South Africa will play for a draw on Tuesday. Forget all this thing. They know. They will say draw. So it is better for them to play safe. Rather than lose that game, they play for a draw. And what they will go for is early minute they will want to come out and rush us to score an early goal, so that at worst will come back and equalize at the end of the draw. Watch the first 10 minutes, and that is where we need to capitalize on them. That is where we need to get players who can take the ball, locate a pass, spread the wings. Somebody, when they're attacking, you keep somebody on the side, two people on the side that will just watch. One person inside your side. Let them not stay in their own, stay on your own wing. Once you get the ball, find an empty space and throw it out there. You allow them to let us run. If you try it 2 or 3 times, you might make a mistake. And we should work on our free kicks. You can also use live free kicks. They're not very good at with the air, with up balls. That's what you should know with South Africa. If we watch Memorial Sunday, all of them, that's how you beat them. They are not that good. Watch Dortmund, how they defeated them. It was because at the end of the day, they were marking, they were all runners. But when Dortmund switched position, started doing crossback, up ball, chase the ball down us. That was how Dortmund defeated them. If you want to defeat that boys, because that's the way they play. So irrespective of whatever coach that brings them in, they will play the way they play. So just say very possibility that game we might win the game. But if we don't win it, that doesn't mean that we will not our life ends. We'll move on, start working for the future. I think for me, the future is bright. If we work on ourselves, work on the prospect, work on other players that we can bring into the team, and just keep our head down. Keep our head down. Our FA people need to sit down and tell us, what do you want out of football? If we really want to develop, we keep our head down and take care. Make sure we, get our team play for a long and keep this coach. I know some people, it's unfortunately, some people within the FA or within Nigeria, some people who want to take over are praying that the man doesn't succeed so that they can come and take over and we continue the same cycle. The same thing. Allow the man, give him a long-term contract. Give him a long time. Give him 3 years. The same because he's better than what's his name? The one that left. No, the one that stayed 5 years.
5 years. Bernard Raw.
Raw introduced a lot of things that were not on Nigeria with our game. Lethargic. You see, watch when he came in after when Olise them all left. We started playing in a certain way. And he felt that's how if you see that is his personality. You see him do his hand, he waves his hand like this. We started playing a certain way, and that was when we started losing games to Central Republic or just at home. It wasn't the regard. He brought in some of those mentality, and we need somebody who will come and say, you know what, and it will take time to flush that out. Say no, you cannot lose your home games. Your home should be your fortress, irrespective. Make sure you win your home games in any qualifier. Because if we have won all our home games, we will not be where we are today.
Sure.
We will not be where we will be saying what we're saying. So allow the coach, give the coach full support. I know it's the ministry that's paying him. Some people in the NFL doesn't want this man, but let them just give him the support. Give him that support. Let us build our team. Let's not overhype ourselves thinking that we've arrived. We've not arrived. If we have that mindset, say, we're good, but we can be better. If our standard is to struggle to beat South Africa, then we've not started. We've not started. Build ourselves, build our team, take care of our team. Look for the under 23, under 20. It is a shambles. Have you watched? You should have watched what they're playing there, the kind of players they put out there. It's a disgrace as a country. So we need to pay attention to some of those teams. And in the next 3 to 1 or 2 years, I don't expect us to maybe win the Nations Cup. If we can, fine. If we don't, that's when I'm good. But I know in the next 2 years, if this man remains in this team, these boys will do great things. We need 1 or 2 people in, and will be great.
Okay, thank you so much, GC. Thank you so much. You made a lot of strong points, and hopefully you'll join me on another stream, maybe for the under 20 game under 20 tournament that's coming up in Chile.
Sure, I will.
Those ones as well, and as well, I don't know if you maybe support some maybe support Premier League club or La Liga clubs.
I do, but sometimes I try to play that of them. I try to be neutral. I do. I support. I have each team I support in every league.
In every league.
Yeah, I've been watching football for a long time, so I try to run away from saying to getting involved with
being
sports. I've been watching football a long time. I started watching. You remember when I grew up in Lagos. So we had the opportunity to watch a lot of games. And there was a time you see when we used to watch when Rotmas was sponsoring Premiership. When it was free to air.
Yeah.
When they put it out, we say we won't be angry. No, turn this away. They don't know how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
We wish to watch this game. I follow Super Eagles a lot. I follow Super Eagles when I was still a kid. I saw, I know when we played. I watched the final, that Morocco 88. I was still a kid. I can listen to my dad talking about it. But I watched Just 90.
Mm-hmm.
The first game, I came back from school and we just turned on the TV and they were playing. What I was hearing on the commentary with that, there was just Rabba Maja, hey, Rabba Maja. And the guy scored a hat-trick. I think we lost that game 6-1 or so. But Yekini that scored the only goal that very day. But we came back and played the final. We lost by a goal. I watched that. That was my first Nations Cup I watched fully since. I've been following. I watched Mauritius 93. That has Okocha, that has Taribo West in under 20 African, but they didn't qualify for the World Cup. But they had Okocha in that team, Isaac Semutoje, one of the other guys in that. I watched them those and I wasn't surprised when I saw them when I saw Taribo West in the Olympic team 3 years later after them. And I also watched on the 17. Japan 93. I watched all the game. I know all the players. That time we need to write all their names on the paper, every one of them. So I've been following, I was following Nigerian League for a while, but I stopped following there because I don't know what's going on there. But in Nigeria, I used to support the Wanyawo National.
Okay.
But I now switched over to Eyimba. When you have those Adibade, Babalade, Jotex, Frimpong, those ones, when they want to, you support them. Then I also like 3SC. Fortunately, I also like 3SC then. I used to be one of the guys I was watching then in 3SC was this Adibade Babalade before Eyimba brought him he transferred from 3SC to Eyimba. So they're pretty much, I follow football for a while, even club football, just at a particular time where as you're growing older, you have responsibility.
Exactly.
Sure. Just like, okay, let me just, but I still follow, I read, I just, I used to watch your program all the time. I just follow, read, comment. Sometimes I want to say something in the comment, I just say no, because sometimes it doesn't make sense to just, people are entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. What I will just do, I'll just keep in touch. I'll subscribe to your channel.
Okay,
put
thanks.
notification so that when you are up and if I'm really free, if I'm like to this weekend, that's why sometimes I do work remotely. So once I'm free,
okay,
I can join and Otherwise, it's going to be a very good opportunity to also share, our
thoughts on
on the issues. Yeah.
football overall.
Right, yeah.
So league football, international football, the whole thing around football development, grassroots structure, so a lot of things that we definitely will be able to talk about. So TC, thank you so much for showing up. Really amazing to have you on here. Babatunde as well, John on here, Prof on here as well. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. And so those who've been on the chat as well, thank you so much for your comments. South Africans are dropping their banter chats. That's fine. That's all well and good. This is your time to puff your chest out because you have 6 months ahead until we meet in Bloemfontein. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody, and I will definitely see you guys on yet another show on the channel. Thank you so much. Good night, and definitely God bless.